On today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, we're going to talk about, well, what else? The fact that they're making an extra remake. But also, in FGO news, because this is a show that is about FGO, we're also going to talk about what's coming up in Summer 3, because it's kind of a big deal. Hi, I'm one of your hosts. I'm HD Omega, and with me as always is VTUBER Lucky.
Everyone, I hope you are enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka Stuck in Horny Jail. And while we here at Studio Omega like to bring you the latest FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking on current and future events for both the JP and EA version of the game, so anyone not wanting spoilers should start a VTuber channel.
By the way, we did not coordinate jokes, we just happened to do that way.
We hive mind like that.
Yeah, so, obviously, yes, we will be talking about the fact that there was the Type Moon Studio BB stream with the stuff and the things. We'll do that later in news, even though it's not directly FGO-related. Though almost assuredly, because as we've discussed, FGO loves tying into real-life things. There will assuredly be some kind of real-life tie-in when that stuff all happens. I didn't see, even after their second stream, like a release date or anything. It's still up in the air, right?
Yeah, no. They haven't given any indication of a release
well,
date.
We'll talk about what information we do know later in news. I'm just making sure to space out some time and faff a little bit. So, I would like to remind everybody that this episode is brought to you by our patrons, like Ahaga Comics, Architect 10, Blacklist OG, Carlos, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Legendary Boss Hunter, Rogue Robin, Shawnee P, some guy named Bob, Sodasan 0424, Sedwin23, Video Gamer 75, and Zach Reed. If you like what we do and want to see us do our, consider supporting us on Patreon. You get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies. It really helps us out. Thank you for your support, everybody.
Thank you. He's gonna need this fucking monster. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Lucky stayed up for both those damn streams, and it has completely wrecked his fucking sleep schedule.
My sleep schedule is just wrecked anyway. I don't know why, I didn't really stay up for anything, but I was sleepy yesterday. Probably because I took a shower, but I didn't go to sleep until like 6 a.m. anyway. Oof. And it wasn't even like I had new stuff, because we'll talk about this on What's Up. Hey, BTW, you should watch What's Up. We're gonna do that now. That's our new thing now. We're gonna chill for What's Up and Let's Talk until What's Up is getting at least 1,000 views every week. So we may be here a while. If you want us to shut up, go watch What's Up. Boom, I'm holding you hostage now. But there's a PSN sale, so I got some new stuff, but they took 5 million years to download, so I wasn't even doing anything new. I was just, couldn't sleep. But I did manage to wake up and write notes today for a Summer 3 pregame, so we will get into that. But first, it's time to check in with everybody's favorite Kohai, Mesh.
Senpai! Senpai! 起きてください.
That's right, everybody. It's time for Wake the Fuck Up, Senpai, registering for pro tips. We're like 3 minutes in, so I can say that. So, I have 2. They're very general, but they're on point. 1, this isn't really a pro tip, but it's a general sentiment, but we know there's a big summer event coming up. You've got like 3 weeks. Don't rush it. Like, you may feel a desire to rush it, because there are some kind of high point values you need to climb to get all your fun tchotchkes. Don't freak out. There's no part 2. It's just the 3 week, guys. It's okay. It's fine. Second thing, because some people do not remember this, there is bonus EXPs in the MP shop right now for summer. I think there's like 200 of them or something. It's a lot. It's a lot that I can't afford because I have no mana prisms right now. Because I spent them all on Be Graceful, okay? And also all the other bonus EXPs. But yeah, that's the news. Or the pro tips. We'll move into news later. Really quickly, just power through records and throw in a record achievement topic. I've once again done all the part 1 CQs for this thing. Also, I've been leveling people up. I'm working on Robin, actually, but he's at like 69 out of 70.
Giggity.
That's always how that works out. Lucky, how about you?
For my end, all I did really was max out image checks. I've been kind of actually avoiding doing the CQs because Lucky's been working on the shop currency. He put a good dent into the part 1. I think I only have gold stuff left, and only half of it at that.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I don't remember it being that way. Maybe it's because of the rerun rebalance, but man, this event is really generous with the currency drops. Like, I'm not, like, cleaned out of the part 1 shop, but I've followed our usual metric, and I've got all the stuff I want out of it. And there was some stuff I needed, like even some of the statues and stuff. But it's all pretty cleared up. I'm ready to move on to part 2 to get more EXPs and get more stuff, because there's, like, gunpowder in there.
Lucky's tempted not to do 3 and just have a big old picture of a Ren in the thumbnail.
Hey, whatever works, you do the thumbnail.
I do the thumbnail.
We don't have any All the World's Evils, because we're not rolling or anything right now.
Yeah.
Soon. So, before we move into the news, let us really quickly ask you, did you finish your master missions? Okay, so I'm gonna spoil this for you. It's do the event. Just do the event. You'll be fine because you need to do 30 FP summons. That's not really event related, but you still want the sweet command codes. But then you need to defeat 20 enemies, not servants or bosses. Defeat 40 enemies, not servants or bosses. Defeat 15 saber or rider enemies, not servants or bosses. Defeat 15 archer or caster enemies. I wrote of in there for some reason, but it's or. Not servants or bosses. And defeat 15 lancers, assassins, or berserker enemies, not servants or bosses. So kill mobs, aka.
At some point, I'm just gonna have an image of a tiny speck in the back screaming, "Do the event."
But yeah, definitely gonna be interested in that. But yeah, God, I love monoclass nodes. But yeah, that's basically it. Do some variety, do some nodes. Well, that's not a Master Mission X. That's not relevant yet. We should mention that sometime. I don't know if that's news either. I guess free talk. That's free talk. Let's put a pin in that. We can talk about our rerun summer thoughts. But first, time for some news. Okay, so we actually have JP news, kind of.
Ish.
First. Ooku did actually drop, and it came with some... Excuse me. Drink a little of my water a little too fast, getting a little burpy. It dropped, and stuff did happen. First of all, it in fact has a banner that involves Kama. Duh. Also Kiara and Yagyu. So, yeah, pretty typical.
It's a spicy banner.
Especially considering anniversary is literally right around the corner.
Yep.
So here's a fun quality of life little UI update for you. Status effects now get 2 rows. So they actually break up into 2 rows so you can see more status effects. Previously they would only be 1 row and then they'd go off the edge and you'd have to click on the servant. Not anymore. 2 rows. And if you manage to get more than 2 rows of buffs, congratulations. Or debuffs. Oof. But here's the other big spicy news. Rank ups.
More surprise rank ups.
Are they really a surprise at this point? I think it would be more surprising if they didn't do weird rando rank ups. Anyway, Scheherazade and Kiara got rank ups. Scheherazade's first skill now gives her 20 to 30% battery. That's her charge down and arts up skill. Now has a battery. Yay. I don't know if that's really relevant, but I guess that means she can K-scope now.
Yeah.
And Kiara got a pretty big NP upgrade. Not only did this improve her damage, it dramatically increased the amount of self-healing she does. It went from 2k at Overcharge 1 to 5k. It now maxes out at 10k, which is the same as Enkidu's maximum heal. So she now ties Enkidu for the biggest self-heal in the game.
It was actually a little wild. Before the stream, a lot of people were talking about things they'd like to see, and the Kiara NP upgrade was definitely one of the things that came up, so whoever called that, good job on you.
Yeah. So, Kiara's a little bit of a softball hitter anyway. Her primary advantage over NP is true damage. This means she can do a little bit more damage, which is what a lot of her skill buffs are focused on, and it makes her even more tanky. Like, she gets even more HP back. She can get crazy high with her third skill popped too, though that costs you HP to use. I think it just kind of overall for Kiara, they're doubling down on what her niche is. I don't know exactly what we're doing with Scheherazade. I guess it's just we decided that all the really popular 5-star casters with offensive NPs had batteries, so she needed one. Scheherazade's not necessarily popular, but she has trait damage and stuff, and a lot of AoE effects. All male charm, all team guts. She has a curse effect, so I guess it helps the synergy. Now that I'm not that I have one, but not that I'm down on Scheherazade. She's actually, you wouldn't think it from her massive HP, but she can actually do quite a bit of damage with her NP in that trait cross section with like defense downs and stuff. So anyway,
where the fuck did I say that? Oh, Lucky has done the laziest thumbnail in the goddamn world, and he doesn't care.
Whatever, it'll work somehow.
It'll work.
Okay, so speaking of things that will just work. That transition doesn't really work at all, but you've already seen the thumbnail, so I guess you know what we're working on. So the big thing is that Type Moon Studio BB, where Type Moon is all in caps, Studio is in lowercase, and BB is obviously in caps. I pointed that out when people were trying to ask what the YouTube channel was. They did a stream. They did 2 streams, actually. Well, one wasn't a stream, it was a video premiere.
Yes.
But they did some stuff. One of which was at like 11 o'clock at night. On a Tuesday, so I stopped down my regular stream time to go watch it. And we had a merry old fun and talked for like a couple hours after because it was only like 6 minutes of video. The other one was at like 5 or 6 a.m. my time, so I didn't stay up for it. That was, actually a stream?
Yes.
Okay.
Went on for over an hour.
the big thing is they did a teaser. Extra is getting remade. Officially, it is Fate Extra Record. This is quote-unquote a remake of the game for current-gen consoles. For the current gen. So there was some speculation about, like, would it be, like, is this going to be, like, a PS5 thing? Is Papa Sony going to buy it out from under them? I believe they said current-generation systems. So probably not. I'm expecting it'll be probably, like, PS4, Switch, PC, maybe Xbox. You know. Japan is weird about Xboxes. Also, the stream announced that they're putting Extella and Extella Link on iOS, so I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. But yes, by the way, if you don't have Extella or Extella Link, you can put it on your phone, I guess. That doesn't sound like a great idea. Maybe on one of them gaming tablets. But yeah, so they showed a teaser trailer for Extra. Everybody is shiny new in HD. Looks like they're at least using the Extella Link models, if not a higher quality. Though considering all the faff about Nero's butt, I'm guessing they're brand new models.
Oh yeah.
Well, and obviously the master characters, because there's literally only one master character. Well, okay, there's two counting genders, but you know what I mean. There's only one master character in Extella, etc. So there are, shiny new models for Rin, Rani, Shinji, the works. You get to see Drake's original model, and all that entails. No ponytail though, but other things. Two other things. Somebody needs to give us well, actually, I don't know. I edited out the pause. I don't know if there'd be enough room for a laugh track, but that would be funny to see somebody edit in a laugh track to some of our low pitches. But yeah, there's a lot of little stuff. I don't know if it was a deliberate joke or not, but there was no Tamamo at all in the original teaser.
No, but she is on one of the artworks, and they did use her theme during
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not saying the Tamamo was not in the game. It's funny that they didn't actually show
something I did notice throughout the stream, though, is I think they didn't use Tamamo because apparently they've paired, because they were showing old Extra footage at some point, and I noticed something. They would always have the female protagonist with Nero, and always have the male protagonist with Tamamo.
Ah, okay.
And since they probably, I don't know, since they didn't use the male protagonist in the trailer, probably said, let's just double down on Nero and show off the new combat with her, which I'm gonna say looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, though, in the teaser trailer, they did also show off Emiya, or Nameless, with the full chant. Mm-hmm. They went all out, showed a lot of parts, did a lot of stuff, which was very flashy. But they didn't really show a lot. In the initial teaser, they didn't really show a lot of deep stuff. They just popped out some stuff from the school. They showed us the first dungeon. There was a confrontation with Drake. That was it.
Yeah.
So since you watched the fuller stream, Lucky, do you want to talk about the combat system and some of the other mechanics they've showed off so far?
Yeah, well, simply what it looks like right now is they've gone away from the John Ken version of Extra and did something that actually kind of reminds me more akin to FGO. It looks like with you have command decks of certain attacks, and you have so much AP that you can use per turn. There's actually they showed off a couple times, like there's attack points, there's defense points. Looks like there's different kinds of attacks.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they will, since it is a remake, I'm sure they will hearken to all the weird specific skills that all the servants had.
Yeah, and another part is they actually showed off a battle with the ball. Is that after you defeat the ball, it looked like it dropped a couple more commands. So it looks like you'll actually get some nice diversity in what you're throwing out, which is a good way to continue with progression, I suppose.
I've seen several Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories comparisons.
Yes.
Hopefully it's not as hard as the 3D remake of Chain of Memories, but that's a different question. And that has to do with remake limitations and the fact that all your boss arenas are featureless rooms.
So during the stream, definitely in the chat, there's a lot of people screaming for, is this going to be a CCC remake? And at one point, I think we actually kind of blew past this, but this stream was hosted none other by Ren Tosaka, aka Kano Ueda, which was interesting because for all intents and purposes, it looks like it was a VTuber rig. I'm not exactly sure, to the extent, but it was definitely Rin. She was definitely a little fidgety, And when Kanaweda spoke, Ren spoke, so it was kind of awesome. But at one point, she was all like, I can't remember the exact translation because, mind you, this was in Japanese. They mentioned that there was the desire for the CCC remake, and the person presenting alongside with her, I forgot his name, I should look that up, said, that's something that we cannot comment on this time. And which always makes Lucky go,
Yeah, that's the we're working on it or we're negotiating with somebody and we can't talk about it because it's not 100% done, but it's not happening.
Yeah. As I said, because here's the nice thing about remakes. When remakes come into fruition, this usually means that it's a chance for things that maybe got left behind to come back into the fold. As we've talked about before, Extra and CCC is one of those things that has a lot of drop bits that was cut for time.
Well, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think elements of CCC were originally even, cut complex stuff from Extra, and then CCC has its own dropped bits, i.e. the other alter egos.
Yes.
There was a lot of moving around, a lot of mentions. I think we talked about this before, that, Nightingale was teased in concept and may even have been supposed to appear in one of the Extra games.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of others. There was reference to Neil Armstrong the Servant, who only appeared in the anime version for a cameo, stuff like that, right?
Yes.
They have a lot of little hints and mentions and stuff. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm gonna go ahead and presume that probably this will get localized.
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't.
Well, yeah, because the original Extra did get localized. It was brought over here in PSP Hell. So there's no reason why it shouldn't, especially since Fate is so popular. I believe Fate trended that night.
Oh, yes,
when the teaser happened. Yeah.
Oh, it did. Now,
so,
actually,
I'm pretty sure they know them. I mean, also, I said this after the stream. Sorry to cut you off there, but I said this after the stream. We're getting the fucking today's menu with Emiya Family localized too, so.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, it was actually interesting. They actually had a small vote between the premiere and the stream, where they basically asked how familiar you are with the Extra franchise. And number one was, played and beat Extra, and that was only a percentage of about 50%. I think it was actually 49 or something, which I actually find really interesting. Because, from first off, the thing you gotta know about surveys and whatnot is that they usually suffer from sample selection bias, and the fact that only people who usually partake in the media in the first place will actually vote on it. So this vote was primarily majority of people who are into FGO and the Fame franchise as a whole.
Yeah, it was on Studio BB's new Twitter, right? So that would mean that you would have to either know somebody who follows them or follow them and see it retweeted or something.
Yes.
To actually get in there.
Yes. So that means out of the JP and Ian, because as I said, I was watching the chat, there was a lot of English people in there.
Yes.
Only 50% of people had played Extra, which is something that's a little wild to think about.
Well, it is important to remember that the PSP was a lot more successful in Japan than it was here, hence why they made a Vita.
Mm-hmm.
But still, 50% of the slice, could be considered low, too.
Yes. Well, I would consider so, anyway. But I think it also might have something to do with why this has been so long in coming. Because, if I remember correctly, I think, I can't remember the exact same numbers, but didn't Extra and CCC not actually do that well?
No, not super high. We talked about this once before. I think we were talking about Extella and Extella sequels and stuff. They didn't sell super great, and the studio that made them went out of business. Which is why there was a lot of concern. I think you used to be able to buy Extra on the PSN store as a downloadable game. You can't do that anymore because it was delisted because the licenses expired because the company went out of business. So there was a question about, I think, basically, if, Type Mood had the rights, but I was always of course they retain the rights. Don't be goofus. Don't be a goofus.
Yeah, there are some theories going around that this is only popping up now because maybe some license agreements have expired or whatnot.
Well, it would have been several, maybe not years. Studio BB was only established, late last year?
Yeah.
Still, they've shown a remarkable amount of progress for a year 3/4 of a year or whatever since they were founded. So I'm assuming this has not come out of nowhere.
Oh, it's not. Definitely not. So they have a teaser trailer, and actually they were kind enough to actually show the original dev footage, which was kind of stupid and hilarious. There was a classroom full of Emiyas. It was basically recreating the opening scene with Taiga falling down, and it was just a whole bunch of stand-in models, no backgrounds. Everything was like this weird stop animation, and we're just all like, "Yeah, they've been working on this."
I'm nodding vigorously. But yeah, so
there was a couple of.
Go ahead. I was just going to mention about the CCC thing.
Go.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that was a question during the teasers and stuff. It was like, "Ooh, is this going to be CCC?" The question will be if you see Taiga or Kiara. If we've seen Taiga in the dev footage, that's definitely leaning towards the original Fate Extra stuff, not any other route stuff.
Well, honestly, what I personally hope for is that CCC is an unlockable route.
That could be, because there are a couple of routes. Well, there were in the original anyway. We don't know how they're gonna handle it in this.
No.
But it is supposed to be kind of a Gaiden side story semi-sequel because it kind of takes place inside. So, I don't know if they could do it that way. They could end up doing it as a DLC thing too, like an expansion, like a proper expansion pack. Like, okay, you've played regular extra, now you can just bolt on CCC to it, stuff like that.
Lucky's laughing a little bit because I destroyed the fucking 600k Lobo Cop, and now they give me a 44k Gorgon. I'm just all like, what are you guys expecting?
It's just a casual fight to get warmed up, so you can actually do the story.
I guess. Where were we? So, interesting other things on the streams. Oh yeah, that's right. So they, I don't know why they did this. It's kind of funny, but they made a BB Dig Dug, which you can go play on their website.
Which is really funny because right now we're doing the Summer 2 rerun, which has a very Dig Dug-like screen in it.
Yes.
And you may actually be using BB because there are Avengers in it. Interesting.
Very interesting. Excuse me. Also, fucking Fate Tamagotchi. Fate Extra Tamagotchi. I'm a little shook at this. I'm like, I kind of want one. There
have been a great many jokes and memes about this, besides just VTuber RIN, and a lot of people like RIN's extra redesign. Oh yeah, it's a little bit more heavy on the black colors, but it's very good. But there have been a lot of jokes like, hey, here's a big one that might be an oof. Arcuate is a character in Extra. She's one of the bosses in a routes. So people have been talking about how it may be possible we may end up seeing a redesigned Wada Arco style Arcuate before the Tsukihime remake comes out, because there's still no news about that. There's no news other than that occasionally when people interview Nasu, he talks about it. Whereas Type Moon Studio BB is like, here's a teaser trailer. It really feels like Studio BB may have been founded to be a real boy video game studio, whereas original Type Moon is still kind of the quiet circle thing doing VN stuff, you know? Like, and they also have published, like, are publishing light novels and other stuff, but they seem almost like more of a quiet authors club kind of thing, whereas Studio BB is like, now we make video games, bruh. Hey, here's a trailer. Here's a stream. VTuber RIN. We know what's going on. We understand the memes.
Before we actually get to the thing, we were actually joking about there being a BB VTuber, but I think everyone is much happier with RIN.
Well, and it makes more sense for them doing Extra, if there was a CCC, I would totally expect fucking full-blown BB channel, BB hijack.
Who knows, maybe if they ever announce like a DLC or something, that's what they'll do.
That would also be really fun. That would also be really funny considering, well, BB has Sakura's voice actress, so.
Yeah, she's, like, this was the thing I was thinking about. I was thinking, it was Shitaya...
Norika?
Norika. She seems like such a, like, I don't know, like, she seems like kind of a shy person a little bit. With her big protector, Yu Asakura.
Yeah, and she's actually done some different voice stuff too, like she's the upcoming character Leon. But when you go BB, then it's full blown, a foo sinister kohai. I think for the most part, Kama just is done with life, but I don't know. I haven't read or listened to her voice lines in a while. But yeah.
Oh, but actually, speaking of that, everyone's gearing up for. Well, let's see here. Is that news? I guess.
I think-ish. Unless we have any other concrete details about extra remake, which I don't think we do. I think we've exhausted our speculation. How long have we been going? Just under 30 minutes. That sounds about right.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Oh yeah, they're coming out with slightly more things. About Heaven's Feel 3. Actually, they just came out with this funny, well, I shouldn't say funny image, but there's an image of fucking Kotomine in a fucking tuxedo, and then Joji and Nakata immediately copied it because he's a mad lad.
There's also a picture of him floating around, just holding Mapo Tofu.
Yeah.
I wanted to get some Mapo Tofu.
Yeah. Joji Nakata is the man with the voice, but he's also an absolute mad lad.
Yeah, no. He knows what he's doing.
You know what it is. He's the guy who showed up to 4th anniversary dressed as a shitty priest.
Because of course you would.
Yeah, but let's see here. Spring Song, Heaven Feels 3, still slated for August 15th. And
do remember that that will come, in JP anyway, that will come with a costume for Artoria and for the animation updates for Setheno and Urali when they actually do that. Yes. We're technically on the same engine number as them. I don't know. They could go crazy and just give that to us too when that it'll be a little bit later, I think, because they're still. I don't think there's any news on what they're doing stateside yet.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a announcement.
We're still a little, not to drag anybody down, but we're still a little fucky over here in the States. There's a lot of things moving back and forth. Like I think Tenet got canceled, got its release canceled for like the 3rd time in a row. Like we're still playing fast and loose with can you actually go places and is stuff coming out.
Yeah.
I hope they would maybe do some streaming deals. I know that's a thing. Like I remember a few years back, I think Rooster Teeth did that with Fathom. They had in-person shows where they showed a lot of like the first 3 seasons, I think, of RWBY or whatever. But they also had a big join-up streaming event you could do through Fathom. So that could be interesting to do a streaming premiere of Heaven's Feel, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But whenever that actually happens, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get something stateside too, because they can do that a lot easier now. And they've been doing it. It's crazy. Because we got all that extra shit from Babylonia.
Yeah. Even concluding a real early SR ticket. That still blows my mind.
Yep. But yeah.
So that is that.
Alright. Well, we are now at about half an hour. We have 3 pages of pregame, so this is probably going to be limit mode on Mailbag. What's Mailbag like today?
Alright, let's put the fucking 13 seals on. Alright, so... no! I did not say start timer. How dare?
How dare.
Rude.
Very rude. Channel page.
Channel page, let's see here. So it is time for this week's Let's Talk FGO Mailbag. The segment where you write in and Lucky reads it out and probably sasses you a little bit or can't even sometimes. There's a little, like, I did a pre-screening. There's a little bit of can't even in this mailbag, but we'll see if we get there. But we're gonna set it. Like, what do you want to set it for? Hour or an hour and a half?
Let's just make it an hour. Let's not push our boundaries. I'm thinking about the time. But then the show could be like 2 hours, and then we still got the pregame. Let's just set it for an hour. Let's keep it an hour.
All right, 1 hour, and it begins now. So our first comes from this guy. No, that guy. It was actually me the entire time. Who asked? So Omega, how do you play test homebrew content for a tabletop game? And D&D in this case, I accidentally make encounters too long because of too many enemies. Our enemies have too big a health pool, which then quickly devolves into a boring and slow slugfest. Also, I don't have many friends to play test with, so I don't even have an idea if the homebrew is balanced or not until it's actually time to play. Omega?
Okay, number 1. I don't know if this is necessarily the appropriate question for Let's Talk FGO, but okay. 2, I think your last bit really sold it. I've realized this may be a slight issue with D&D 5e as we are playing it and have talked about it sometimes, and we do seem to have that issue where enemies either die to a single stab from either of the melee characters, that includes me, I'm the paladin, or me and the barbarian stand on either side of somebody and hit them 3 or 4 times back and forth until they fall over, which is a little freaky and sometimes dangerous because we have a lot of squishy casters in the party, and also I'm kind of squishy. This is what happens when you roll HP. But I think your final sentence there is just the way it is. You don't know if it's actually bounced until it's time to play. And sometimes you gotta edit on the fly. If you listen to our APs, which you should, you'll notice that I do this a lot, where I'm like, oh, you've killed one thing? There was a second thing the entire time. And usually my players let me just get away with it, because we're not literally playing D&D with, like, miniatures and stuff. I don't know. If you have to make a board or on, like, Roll20, I don't know. People might complain about that. But, yeah, there's definitely cases where some stuff is not quite balanced. It goes down too fast. Also, hold on, I'm gonna sneeze.
He's gonna sneeze. Also, Lucky thinks this is slightly on point because we have talked about Fate as a tabletop and whatnot.
True. We have talked about the actual thing. If you want to know how I playtested that, I ran a playtest game that lasted way too long. That was literally how I playtested that. And that's really the only way to playtest. You have to playtest it. That's what playtesting means. You gotta actually play it and test it. If it doesn't work, be ready on the fly. You won't know if something's balanced or not until you play it, unless you develop a feel by testing out lots of things.
Yes. Now we're going to move on. So, this guy, no, that guy, actually was me the entire time. Thank you for your comments, and I hope that helps you out. This one comes from one who was punished by long mailbags. Well, he won't have that name next week. But they ask, hey guys, how do you feel during slow news weeks? Cheers. Slow news weeks?
Sleepy.
Looking pricking the ends, like, he's just like, Like,
I think our default is just, we're sleeping.
Yeah, honestly, we're sleepy until something agitates us, which is usually news.
Yeah, new content in some form usually agitates us. Like, other than my usual yawning and my inability to breathe through my nose, the whole extra thing is pretty exciting. That was we were real live wire for like a solid hour, I think, after that 6-minute teaser.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, when I say agitate, I mean, excite our molecules.
We vibrate a little bit.
Yeah. But the one punished by long mailbags. Thank you very much. Now we go to Jilly the Foo, who asked, what are your thoughts on how the FGO story would go if both the male and female masters were working together in the same timeline saving the world? What kind of relationship would they have? Rivals like Rain or Shiro? MASH love triangle? Lucky mostly shrugs?
I also feel like you may be mischaracterizing that first relationship. Because that relationship is mostly Shiro being as dense as a block of iron and Rin really wanting a piece of that high jump action.
But I said they probably just have a good, solid, I'd probably say like a brother-sister relationship.
It is honestly definitely not like some of those cursed images which have been going around in the Discord for some reason of them like making out or something. That's weird. I don't even know how that works. That's got to be a violation of some kind of timeline Geneva Convention.
The tree is just all like, what is this
trust me,
shit?
I'm a time cop. We have fun here, kids.
Yeah. Alright, so that was Chili the Pool, thank you very much. Next one comes from the guy who exists, about to get punished by the gotcha again, who asked, hey, Lucky Omega, since it's summer, I bring to you a summer-related question. What male servant do you want to get a costume? I hope your rolls go goo, and I hope your day goes goo as well. A male costume, who do I want, huh? Let's see.
Give Koo his Hawaiian shirt.
That would be fucking hilarious. Have a Hawaiian shirt and just have a fishing pole instead of a spear. That'd be great. Other than that, let's see. That's a Mega's pick. Lucky's pick is... We already got Caskill. We got a Merlin. We got Robin Hood. We got... I'm trying to remember them all. Oh, give Blackbeard his fucking dress down. We're gonna see that in Summer 3, if I remember correctly. Because in his final Ascension art, he's actually dressed in some casual clothes. I would like to see that. More love for Blackbeard. That's what Lucky says. So, that's that one. Thank you very much. The one guy who exists, about to be punished by Gotcha again. This next one comes from, alias Dave, Lord and Savior, who asks, if Sasuke Kyoji was summoned as a summer, who do you think Shura was summoned? Probably would have died. Yeah.
I don't fight.
Like, honestly, Lucky, this is one of the ones that Lucky's pre-screened, and here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. Here's the fucking crazy thing. Remember, the only reason that Shiro summoned Artoria is because the sheath embedded in him. Literally a direct connection to the Sword Excalibur. If he cannot summon Artoria...
He has a catalyst.
Yeah. If the Slaver slot was already taken, he wouldn't be able to summon a servant, therefore he would have got stabbed by fucking Q and died. So, congratulations, Dead End. So, I said, again, people like these hypotheticals, but please, think the hypothetical all the way through.
Mm-hmm. And also, I'm pretty sure, since people do say this, oh, but he's got Avalon, he's immortal, I'm pretty sure Avalon is only juiced up if Artoria is actually summoned, on account of the fact that Rin had to bring him back from the dead the first time he was stabbed to death by Ku, using a pendant that made a thing happen. Anyway, let's move on to the next question.
Moving on from Right Thigh High Sky High Dive. I don't even know if I said that right, but I'm gonna leave it on. Who says, question, hey guys, love the content. Question is, what is the most logical thing you could say to a non-FGO fan that makes it seem like makes sense to a normal fan, like John, the Arc, Santa, Alt, or literally being an OC John, they made into a Santa through youth. I forgot to put 3 more. Potion of Kyokegamesh. Thanks again. Lucky's gonna point to fucking Ilya. Because while it's not fully FGO, I think it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, so this girl's actually like 18 years old, but her mom's like 4 years old. But her mom's actually like this Holy Grail thing, and she's like a homunculus. But you got then this version over here.
This is a tiny cup. This is her mom, who is a large cup.
Yep.
Also, in an alternate reality, she's a magical girl.
Mm-hmm. But then we go over to this game, and apparently she's 3 goddesses. And 1. Like, Ilya's fucking wild. You people don't even understand.
And she rides a polar bear.
Who has the same name as maybe her fucking love-hate interest?
I'm pretty sure the bear Shiro is named after that Shiro. I think it's in her dialogue that she's like, I don't know, he's supposed to be a dog, but it's like, okay, 1, we've summoned him like a bear, and 2, I don't know, Shiro just sounds like a cool name.
Also, it couldn't be Lancer, Artoria, because Lancer was already summoned.
Correct. Like, if you want to do the... Okay, here's a good idea. 1, don't ask us weird hypothetical questions. We're bad at them, and we hate them. Well, I don't know if we hate them, but usually these are the questions that give us the most stumbling. But 2, if you want a specific hypothetical scenario like Axe is suggesting, you gotta actually specify where the break the chain is. In this, the only thing we got was Kojiro was a saber somehow. Which, 1, I'm not sure if the math actually works out on that, because I have no idea when the fuck Midia summoned Kojiro.
Nope.
But also, 2, like Lucky said, if that's all there is, if the saber slot's just filled, then, I don't know. Technically, that would leave Assassin open, but I don't know what would happen. Well,
honestly,
Shiro can't even. I don't think Shiro can even resonate with any of the assassins. They'd have to be
here's the thing. Remember that it probably default back to fucking Zoken.
Well, there's that true, but he doesn't try that until later, until he's like, shit's afoot. But also, I don't. The Holy Grail's supposed to pick a compatible servant. I don't think any of the Hassans are compatible with Shiro on account of all being Hassan murder machines. I don't think that works.
That's not hero justice of you.
No, you can't. Okay, guys. They're talking about MHX in the chat. Okay. Alright. No. Because she's a gag character. That doesn't work. That's not real. Also, MHX is a saber. Like, the fact that we call her an assassin is a metatextual joke. She's still saber. God, guys, you don't even know your dumb April Fool's jokes. Killing me.
Oof.
That shit. All that shit we're talking about right there, that's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. Like, class things and character relationships. Or, like, pseudos. Rin's a goddess. Rin's 2 goddesses. I'm 2 guys now. And then if she's from space, she's 3 guys. So there's actually 5 guys. 5 Rins, everybody. That's a restaurant I'd like to dine at. But
now I'm just imagining Rin eating at 5 guys with all the fucking Emias. Is there 5 of them? I bet there's 5 of them. Hang on.
There's a lot of Emias. Just somebody give me all the Rin faces and all the Emias at a 5 Guys restaurant.
Alright, but Lucky's, I said the timer is going, but as Lucky says, think out your hypothetical question.
Yep.
So, we thank you for Rin Thigh High High 5 Skydive. I got it.
It doesn't actually rhyme, but good try.
Yeah, I try.
No, I was talking to the submitter.
Yeah. We tangented there a bit again, but I did actually enjoy your question. So, we move on to Architect, who asked, Dear Lucky Omega, in your opinion, what is the better way to farm event currency? A 3-turn clear that gets you less drops, or a team that takes longer to clear but maximizes drops per run? Thanks, and keep up the good work. Lucky actually goes, answer is, whatever makes him die less.
That is usually it. I think it depends on the event. Because there are some events and some nodes that are not a huge pain in the ass to farm, so going like 5 or 6 turns to get maximum drops, not so bad. Mm-hmm. If I'm dying inside, then it's just like, fuck you. Fill the back row with CEs. give me my, if I can, especially if I can apply Mordred, Ishtar, or Ereshkigal, those are all my level 100 servants, then I'm just like, fuck it. Have a golden sumo. Go to town. Go apeshit. Can I use my my default 3-turn farming team on this? Fuck it.
Like I said, like right now in the Summer 2 rerun, grinding is not that hard. I said monoclass nodes, generous drops.
No, and I've spiced it up a little to try and get 3 turns, but honestly, it's the other thing with 3 turns is you either have to have enough units for yourself, or you have to find somebody good on support setups, which is hard sometimes.
Yes,
especially for this one because the support setup is. Well, actually, we should have put that as a second pro tip. People, double check your fucking event setups. There are so many people I see who still have normal ass supports on. Please actually pay attention and try to fix. Like, I'm not necessarily demanding you literally readjust your support setup every round. I know some people want to do that, but it's hard because it goes by very fast. But like, holy crap, guys! Like, if you're doing it as an intentional, I guess, but like, I've just seen so many like normal non-event servants. Like, I'll open up Archer or something to do a saber node, and I'll see like Vanilla Ishtar with Golden Sumo or Vanilla Ishtar with her Bonsi, and I'm just like, this is not helpful at all. That's not event related. What are you doing? What's going on here, guys? Pay attention. Okay, sorry, we tangented again, but yes, I think the true answer is what Lucky said. Whatever kills you the least. I should actually look at that. We got some. We're planning on doing the Summer 3 pregame later. I should actually double check the extra quests while I'm thinking about it. Lucky can move on to the next question while I double check me for later.
Mm-hmm. Hang on, Lucky clicked the read more, and he's a little flabbergasted.
I think we're just gonna have to skip this one on principle. Don't you have a note in the thing about not making him too long?
Yeah, I do.
This is a shim sham. This person's alias, which I don't know if Lucky wants to read that or not, but this person's alias takes up the entire before the cut.
Mm-hmm.
And then you open the cut and there's a fucking essay in here.
As like I said, you did some work. Good on you for your work. But I don't know what I don't.
Ends with hope you enjoyed reading it. Well,
like where's the question?
Yeah, this is one of those full blown. I want you to read out my idea on camera.
Oh yeah, here's a question.
There's a question in there. Yes.
Yes, there is a question here, but I'm sorry, I'm not gonna read out your name, so I'm not gonna put you on blast. But like,
also your alias is huge.
This is shenanigans. We're gonna skip this one. I said, you did good work. It's like you put a lot of thought into it. Go post this on a Reddit somewhere and ask people their idea and give me something. But this is wild. This is wild. We're moving on. So our next one comes from Secret Casino King Bun Bun, who says, with how Tesla is a servant despite being in the modern age, do you think lore-wise people like Elon Musk can make it into the Throne of Heroes if he manages to get to Mars before he dies? Or hell, if it takes so long that he's a whole man by the time he gets here, he goes, fuck it, I'm gonna die soon, gets on the ship himself, and then be the first human on Mars. There's not a lot of mystery around people like him now, but 200 or 300 years past his death, I'm thinking deep fakes and urban legends attributed to him, like the ones given to Truck Norris, could make mystery where there was none to begin with. So, this is one of those cases of yes but no. You have to remember, mystery is something...
but actually no.
Mystery is something that is based in myth and legends. While urban legends can definitely attribute to this, it is usually not strong enough. It takes a huge configuration of them. For example, like, we're in an age of where so much information is recorded, it is almost, it is so easy for people just to disbelieve something. Everyone has a rational answer for everything. People can be skeptic about everything.
Okay, you do say that, but there are also, like, legit, like, anti-vaxxers and flat earthers. That's right, I'm throwing shade, I don't care. Like, we also live in kind of a weird post-truth society, too.
I guess,
but yeah, I think the thing you're getting at is that the gaps of mystery is... The way I think I've described mystery before is basically, if there's a gap where somebody could go, it could happen, then the world basically fills in the gap.
Yeah.
For specific people in urban legends, I don't know if that necessarily works. Right? Like,
yeah.
I don't... Like, yeah, so... Summonable Shiki is... Assassin Shiki is kind of urban legendy, but also she's from the 90s. So she had a little bit time to build up this mystique. But also, we meet her in a weird situation. Fujino is not. Fujino is straight up a temp from the Counterforce. The Counterforce was like, hey, you've got cool eyes.
If I remember correctly, it was literally like moments before the world was destroyed, the Counterforce scooped her up.
Yeah, as the incineration was going down, the Counterforce was like, at least I think it was the incineration. It could also have been the second thing. Since we've blown up the world twice. It was one of those times the Counterforce was like, hey, you're useful. So yeah, there's a little bit on the counter side. I would like to point out there's a fucking satellite who's a servant now. So yeah.
Well, I give the satellite a servant because we don't know what the fuck's going on with Voyager way the fuck out there.
Well, and also true, he also did something really impressive, right? Like Voyager is literally among the stars right now.
That's like when was the last transmission we got for Voyager?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
The batteries are still going to run until like 2025.
Let's see. I'm looking it up right now.
But he's got the golden record, took the tiny blue dot picture, all that stuff. We can meme about meme man Elon Musk, but I don't know. I guess if he was the first guy on Mars, sure, but that's like a very specific hypothetical. And also, technically, there have been things that were built by humans that were on Mars first. Like, I would think Curiosity could be a servant before Elon Musk. People love that thing.
Hang on, look, he is looking at Voyager stats at the moment.
Oh boy.
Let's see here. Mission objective, mission characteristics. Okay, well, I'm telling you right now, fucking in 2012, Voyager 1 flew beyond the heliopause in interstellar space, which is 122 astronomical units, or 11 billion miles from the sun.
Yeah, the heliopause is fucking far.
Yeah.
Space is big.
It's big.
And boy, howdy, if you ever wanted to talk about space, I could have a whole fucking space podcast. I love space. But let's not do that right now.
Yeah. So
they're talking about Sputnik as a servant, by the way.
Like,
I'm thinking, what about the space dog? Was it Laika?
Oh, Laika?
Or Laika? Yeah.
Yeah, Laika, the Russian space dog.
Is that canonically a servant? That might be. I don't know.
I feel like they are. If not, they should be.
Yes, please, space dog. Anyway.
But yeah, like I was saying, Voyager is literally in a part of space that no human has touched. Ever.
It's in the space between spaces. Like, literally in the long dark between stars.
Yeah, if that is not chock full of mystery, I don't fucking know what is.
And is carrying the message of humanity with it.
Like, we can talk about, like, Elon Musk, but we basically know everything between here and Mars. We have charts of asteroids and bodies. And
I didn't watch it all, but I saw a YouTube video which was Intro to Areography, which is the geography of Mars, because geography is actually an Earth-centric word.
Oh.
Because geo means Earth, so areography. The golden record. Is the Vitruvian Man etched on Voyager as well?
I'm not sure. I don't know, but as much as I want to, but yes, like urban, like I said, I don't want to spend too much on this because I just realized I just tangented myself. But like, being the first human on Mars might not be as impressive as, say, the first man on the moon was for like Neil Armstrong. Because situation. Because like I said, like that was back. Fuck, remember the devices to get the man onto the moon were less than fuck. I can't remember. Like, I think they said we have like better like technology in our like standard calculators now than what was used to get to the moon.
Yes, definitely. Going to the moon was a big deal. We did it in the 70s, guys.
Yeah, but like I said, like while going to Mars will definitely be an achievement of human history and whatnot, it's not something that's going to be like aired in Mystique and whenever. There's going to be fuck ton of records. There's going to be cameras fucking everywhere. Like I said,
well, yeah, actually, and you can even argue with the moon thing. I talked about, flat earthers and anti-vaxxers. There are people who believe that the moon legend could have been faked, so it's like, it's a question.
Yeah. So, like I said, again, I don't personally think that Elon Musk, I think he's an interesting enough dude, but I don't think the Throne of Heroes be like,
now, if he invents cat girls, well, that'll count.
That'll count, definitely.
Anyway.
Paradigm shift of the human species. That'd be crazy. So, where are we? We're here. So, Seeker of Casino King Bun Bun, thank you very much. Next one comes from Liza Callin, who asks, in the Fate users, are there any other artifacts of mankind's history that are significant enough to be connected to the root? Like the Holy Grail.
Alrighty, so, first of all, the Holy Grail isn't actually connected to the root, because it's literally the Holy Grail. That's kind of the whole thing. It's connected to the root because that's what the three families built it to do. Because it combines all their magecraft stuff and whatnot. Sorry. I had to blow my nose a little bit. Are there other artifacts? That's an open-ended question. Theoretically, sure. There's plenty of things that could have power. I don't know if the moon cell could actually connect to the root, but it's called a Holy Grail because it's an omnipotent space computer.
Spice!
But there are definitely things that are very significant to the structure of the cosmos, but I don't know if it would actually, I don't recall any noble phantasms or anything which are explicitly said to connect to the root. Honestly, I feel like Fate forgets about the root sometimes.
That's what they want you to do. Like I said, like, I'm not sure if it's actually directly connected, but Lucky will remind everyone that Excalibur used to be just a big old beam of energy that the planet once used to save itself, so maybe that?
Well, yeah, the thing is, the thing to remember about the swirl of the root is that the Aliyashiki is like, I don't even know, it's like the origin of the whole universe or whatever. It's very metatextual and Buddhist and stuff. The planet, the world, is a different thing. Like, the true form of Rongominiad's actually a big deal, because that is literally the anchor holding apart the world, the reverse side. It's keeping magic shit out of our world, which would either we would completely kill Mystery then, or mysterious shit would really fuck us up, because science versus dragons. Though I'd love to see that sometime, but no, it's important. There are a lot of things, Excalibur is literally... Back when noble phantasms were crystallizations and personifications of legends and ideals, and not just, I don't know, I guess you had a cool thing. That's okay, I'm exaggerating. A lot of noble phantasms are still supposed to be weird sublimations, but it's definitely gotten looser. But Excalibur is literally the sword of the planet. It was, forged by fairies, which are the extension of the planet. It's a divine construct meant to defeat the enemies of the planet. Right? Like...
Yeah. Like, actually, now that I think about fucking what is even the roots? It's a thing. It's a swirl.
I don't know. It's space stuff. It's the Akashic Records. It's like all the recording of history, whatever. I don't know. Void Shiki doesn't really explain it that much. We know that it's real freaky to look at, because Shiki got to stare at it during her coma. That's how she has cool, sweet death eyes. But, otherwise, I don't know, other than the fact that Void says that she could, reverse, go back in time and, not extinct the dinosaurs or completely remake the entire human race from the ground up or something.
But she doesn't, because she just wants to hang out and give you lap pillows.
Well, also because the thing Void talks about is that she doesn't use her phenomenal cosmic powers because she's connected to the root. She also understands the outcome already, so she doesn't see any point. From her point of view, it's like she'd already done it because she knows exactly what would happen, because she has access to some knowledge of humankind in the past, future, or whatever.
Was that Maxwell's demon or Laplace's demon? One of the two.
I think that's Maxwell. But that could be Laplace. I don't know. There's a lot of alchemical future mage shit connected to that, too.
Yeah. I'm sorry. One is about about violating the laws of thermodynamics. The other one is about fucking knowing everything based upon the explosion of atoms, and I can't remember which one is which.
I think Laplace is knowing the position of every particle in the universe.
Yeah.
And then Maxwell's demon is a theoretical demon who can fuck with thermodynamics, yeah.
Yes.
And is also a servant.
So, Liza Callin, thank you very much. We move on to, hey, remember that April Fool's when they could turn Google Maps into Pac-Man?
No.
But they ask, if we do get Bailgrons, what do you mean if? When we get Bailgrons, Dreamfire's visionary flames, who we prioritize giving them to? Your Waifu Husbando, your usual farming servants, or your first SR/SSR? Right,
the people who are at Bond 10.
Yeah. Which are probably the ones who my waifu Husbando and my farming servants.
Well, right now, my 2 Bond 10? Yeah, 2. It's Arash and John, so... Though, if we have another round of, like, half AP farming, I'm pretty sure Lancelot and Waver will get up there, because they're both, like, 9. But, yeah, no, like, it's my farming and my longest lasting.
Yeah, for Lucky, Lucky's working on Tamamo right now for gold for foes, but after that, it's definitely going into Tomacat, who is a linchpin of, I just want to get this out of here right now.
Like, I mean, I'm sure well, okay. So, I mean, like, my favorite is 1010. My Grailed characters aren't even at bond 10 because it takes a fuck ton of bond. So I use like Ishtar, Mordred, and Aresh very frequently, but also I don't use them as frequently as I use my daily 3-turn farming team, you know? So, and I haven't had them as long as I've had John, my literal first SSR, who also is a really good unit. So, I mean, I still use Arash, even though he's at bond 10 in my farming setup, just because I'm lazy, so I'm not that fussed. I'm not one of those people who gets that weird agita, that FOMO about, oh my, I'm losing bond points. They're not going anywhere. And whatever. So, I'll probably give them to my farmers first, just so I can get that sweet St. Courts, but I don't know. I don't actually know. We gotta wait like a year for that to get put in, I think, anyway.
More time to get more bond. Anyway, so, thank you very much. Hey, remember the April's Fool when they turned Goku maps into Pac-Man? No. Next one comes from Emblem, who just woke up. Get some breakfast, girl. Who says, I literally just woke up and the following question came to mind. What is one quality of life feature you hope gets added to the game at some point in the future? Have a nice YouTube. Have a nice day, YouTube. I can fucking talk.
Speed read.
Let's see. Lucky can already read like stupid fast. So,
no, sorry, that was me talking about you reading so fast. Quality of life. I don't even know. Like they come up with new quality of lives all the time, which are really neat. I'm trying to think what would actually be a quality of life update.
Yeah, we're not thinking about like game mechanics or because
I think most of my pet peeves are already in the queue. What do you got, Lucky? You got something?
I don't know if I call it necessarily a quality of life, but I would like to replay old boss battles sometimes.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't know if that's quality of life either, but yes, being able to physically replay story content outside of like Memorial Quest, which aren't the same thing, would be nice. Like, I know you can replay the events, but you can't replay the battles. That could be considered a quality of life replay. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. Faster adds to the OST or make OST unlocks free or something.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'd go for that. Make it so that you only have to pay to unlock a song you like missed or something. If you hear a song in the game, it should unlock automatically. I know that would probably add some back-end tracking, but fuck it.
I guess there's a fire truck going by because the dog's howling.
Oh, can't hear it.
Yay, that's good.
Audio levels. Other than that, I think the only thing would just be like the only thing that bothers me at all is not being able to rapidly click through like tickets or singles. But I don't know if they're gonna fix that anyway. But whatever, that's it.
Yeah, some people are talking about the USOs in the Rare Prism shop. I've beaten that horse a lot.
Yeah, and that's also... I'm not sure that's necessarily what's meant as a quality of life. Like, it would improve your quality of life, but that's not usually what people think of as, like, like JP just got the quality of life UI fix to double stack buff and debuff symbols. Which is not something I would have asked for, but it's pretty cool. Like, fuck. They've already given me all the shit I want, like, filtering CEs and auto replay stuff. It's great. Let us move on. We're at like an hour 4 on the mission clock, so we gotta only have like half an hour left.
Yeah, we got 27 minutes on the dot. So we're gonna move on. So thank you, Emblem, who just woke up. Now we move on to International Bank of Gotcha Hell. What?
I think we've answered this one before.
Yeah, we have. Who asked, hey guys, just a short question was, what kind of hate merchants do you have? Movie walls, etc. I'm pretty sure we answered this last week. Lucky has a bunch of Figma posters and a wall scroll, along with the extra merch that came in the special editions of Extella and Extella Link.
I have the special stuff from Extella and Extella Link, the cloth scrolls and the little standee.
Yeah.
Well, and also I now own the FGO art book.
Lucky's waiting on that still because he was dumb.
It happens.
Anyway. So thank you, International Bank of Gotcha Hell, for your question. Next, we move on to... Is
he pre-reading?
Yeah, I'm pre-reading. Sure, I'll talk about it. I'll mention it because then I'm gonna have to slap back a little bit here. So this one comes from Local Degenerate. Hey, look at Omega. My question for you is this: of the servants that have been released since you did your Who Can Beat Gilgamesh video, who do you think is the top contender for being able to beat him? For reference, I believe that the video was posted just before the release of Lost Belt 3 and JP. So, again, this is a very open-ended question, which does not give us time to research and actually catalog the servants that could probably do this.
Honestly, the better version of this question would just be asking us if we're going to ever release a part 2 of that, which is a solid maybe.
Yes. like I said, we Omega and I usually do lots of reading, lots of research, and lots of comparisons of skills and whatnot. But this isn't something that we all keep inside our brains at all times.
Yeah, we did a lot of... I still have the notes document somewhere. We did a lot... Well, I especially, but we both did a lot of prep work and reading for that.
Yeah.
And I took a lot of notes.
Took a lot of notes, we read a lot of history.
Also, I gotta be honest, guys, I don't even remember. One, I'm not sure that Lost Belt 3 thing was accurate, because I don't think we talked about servants from Lost Belt 2, so I don't even know. But also, yeah, I don't remember everybody who's existed in those literal 2 years. Gosh, has it been... Right now, I'm just coming to grips with the situation that this person has just technically informed me that it's been fucking 2 years since we did that video, Lucky.
Oof.
Ow. Wow. Maybe we should do a part 2 for the 2-year anniversary.
Oh, we'll look into it.
Oh my god. Oh, how long have we been doing this? Never mind. I know how long we've been doing this. We've been doing this since day one. Kind of. Okay, let's move on, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, so, Local Degenerate, thank you for your question. Moving on to, from a hero without a sidekick. Dear Lucky Omega, love the great content of the show and look forward to future content. Well, thank you. Question of the week, what is your guys' favorite command seal design of the Fate series? Lucky was trying to find oh wait, I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. Boom, I'll throw this up real quick.
Will you? Will you throw it up? Or will I?
I'll throw it up.
You linked it, I just copied.
Lucky beat him by a second.
Yeah. But yeah, so there are actually compilation images.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's take a quick look here. Let's see here.
Honestly, and I don't think this includes either of the FGO ones, which are both pretty sporty. I personally think I like the design for yeah, I'm probably gonna go with I like the design for Hakunos. That's got a little bit of the elaborate, but is very clearly divided. Mm-hmm. But Waivers is cool too because it's got like the wings and the sword bit. I like how some of these, by the way, are just squiggles.
Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
Lucky's trying to figure out. Oh God, fucking.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, yeah, no, I'd have to go to Hakunos.
It's a pretty solid design. Oh my God, it's animated. Fuck. No, it's even more terrifying.
Ah, what are you looking at?
You know what I'm looking at. It's that man who's just posted. Be very careful hovering over that. For the people at home, Loth has changed his name and also changed his avatar, and it's horrifying. You can hear Lothram in our Star Wars APs.
God damn it, Loth. Alright.
Though I gotta say, like, the, it's not listed on here, but the if you image search it, the FGO one is also pretty solid and elegant.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, Hero Without a Sidekick, thank you very much. We have our answer. And now we're just gonna move on to Zed. Just Zed. Who says, hey, I actually managed to get into Mailbag this time. Now for a question. Do you guys know of any other servants that fit a charm lock team aside from Sedena and Urale? I'm looking for team comps for a team top, and I noticed that the iconic team comp along with all the art stalls of the structure team seems basically banned enthusiasts. I'm a little disappointed. Best regards, and hope that Summer 3 is kind to you. I'm hoping for myself that $400 would get me a Summer John myself. That's fine. You have completely and utterly forgot about Matahari, my dude.
Matahari's a big one with the charm.
Mm-hmm.
Who is also, I believe, her NP's arts-based.
Yes, it is.
I don't use all my bronzes all the time, guys. Sorry, yes. But I was using well, you guys were hanging out with girls. I was studying the blade, aka Sasaki Kojiro. But yeah, that's charm to all enemies, and she also has pheromone, which is male charm. So I would say Matahari is probably a pretty good stunlock choice.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have pheromone? No, it's just her.
Shuten has a charm all skill.
Shuten's part of a lot of annoying charm stuff. But full-blown charm lock, it's mostly, I think, you see Steno and Urale because they've got, the Siren Song skill.
Mm-hmm.
And also, is it charm on NP? Yeah, they both have charm on NP, which is the big thing. So you can spam a lot of charms in there. And also usually you see people put in one of the Medusas in there to stun lock.
Mm-hmm.
The sisters can actually make a pretty robust team together.
Well, actually, since we're coming up on this question,
let me go ahead and double check Maeve really quick. Cause she's got some charm options, and her NP does reduce their debuff resist, but I don't think it's a big deal. It's kind of like with Mary. Like, she has the option to charm, but she doesn't have the extra double stuff to do it.
Like I said, there's other things out there, but if you want an option that everyone will have access to, Matahari.
Yeah, Matahari's a good one.
Yeah. So, thank you, Zed. Just said. We're going to move on to Miss Fujoshi, who asks, hey guys, hope you're doing well. As of this time, all the artworks for Under the Same Sky has been released. So my question is, which of the artworks are your top 3? If I don't need no tip. Lucky's got this solid. He's ready. Check this shit out. Boom.
Excellent. While we're pulling that up, I do want to mention, because the chat did shout out it, the chat is also saying a lot that Kama can charm lock. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Let me double check her skills really quick. What do we got here? Heal overcharge. Ooh, that's right. She has a skill that increases overcharge. I think that's just because she has a quick NP that's single target. So if you NP loop, you can do that. That's speaking about like how Lucky mentioned Matahari's free. That's one. She's not going to be out for like another year. Half year, whatever. But also, yes, that means you need... That's an SSR who you probably need multiple NP levels off to do the thing, so... but okay. Let us pull up the list.
So top 3. I can tell you right now, one of mine favorite is just King Protea, just sitting in the mountain range.
That's a good one. That's very picturesque.
That is good. It's a very good one.
Well, I should let everybody know now, the Rin one is my current desktop background. And the Aresh one is pretty good, too. Let's see, I'm just reminding myself, because there's a lot of these. And they're not all the same number.
Let's see. I don't like picking 3 is a little bit... I also really like Osakabe Hime's, mostly because she's literally in front of Himeji Castle.
That's pretty fun.
It's all like, who let the need outside? But let's see, so a third one...
God damn it, fucking Wiki. Fuck you.
Wiki! What'd it do?
If you click open in new tab, you don't get the fucking image. The animals. You can only get the previews. How do I make big? Damn you, fandom. Your shitty website design.
Shakes fist.
Oh, I guess that's technically Caster Shuten, because she's wearing a fucking Oniland jacket and carrying all her shenanigans. I also think she's about to murder somebody with that bottle of sake.
Probably. She's gripping it by the neck, and she has a reverse grip.
She's wielding it like a club, yeah.
Someone's getting glassed.
3, I'll just do it real easy. Areshgal, Ishtar, and the Medusa Lily one is actually adorable. She's just wearing a little, and it's got ears too, so it's an animal ear hoodie, and she's just in the woods having a great time. And Suzuka's taking a fucking zip. They're all great, and very thematic though.
For my third one, shoot. Fuck it, let's go with Bunyan. Bunyan literally just, I'm leaning on Fuji here. On Fuji-san. Great.
Though, in pure adorableness, the Jack one is great.
Yes. Pretending to be a fucking Namehage. It's great. It's the stabs. But Mr. Joshi, thank you very much. Now we're going to move on to a seeker of Fluffy and Ludes, who asked, Mr. Joshi stole my question, so instead I'll ask, are there any 5th anniversary artworks that are not super impressed by? Hope you guys are having a great week. No. All these are great.
Not good. Nothing really bothers
Like, literally someone went out to take, like, a super iconic, picturesque picture, and they're like, alright, I'm gonna put a servant on that. And
usually with lots of extra details, too. It's not static. It's not like they just superimpose their art over them. They got their fucking artists to draw over this position, doing something interesting.
Yeah, there's lighting details,
They're also all in, like, different costumes. Like, there's the Karna Arjuna one where they're wearing, like, cool, trendy clothes. There's a Kyo one where she's in a different traditional kimono.
Like, point in point, the fucking Kyo one has a shadow that actually bends on the fucking ground.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking detail work.
Mm-hmm. It's wild. It's great. No, they're all good.
And I'm pretty sure the Atalante one, for instance, this was a picture somebody got with the bird swooping.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a bird drawn in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
All the little stuff.
Actually, if I remember correctly, I think they said they're releasing a compilation book of these too.
Yeah, gosh, I hope so. Please, next anniversary, put them on an online store. Online stores are the future, Aniplex. Everything should be online. Sell it to me. You will make my money that way. You want my money specifically, because I run a show that 2,000 people watch, and I will yell about not being able to spend my money. No. I was going to mention also the Nido one has a very dynamic angle. But yeah, there's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Landling, they drew a fucking horse.
Horse?
Oh man, is Sasuke Kozuru... He must be standing at the spot.
Yeah, he is. That's the site of the duel.
It's great.
Yeah, I know, like I said, like that's why I was kecking at fucking Asakabe Hime at literally Himeji Castle.
Yes, that one I figured. That one I caught, but I didn't know it took me a double check to see the one with Kojiro.
Yeah, no, he's at the side of the duel with Musashi. Where Musashi brought a fucking oar. I'm still mad about that.
Musashi came late.
So, we're gonna keep going. So, again, I'm skipping this next one, because one, it's way too fucking open, and it kind of makes me mad looking at it.
Which one even is it? I don't know. You've gotten a different organization of these than I have, so I don't even know which one it is.
I don't want to out this person, because I don't want to actually fully cast shade on them.
Well, also, we don't... If we're not going to read your question, we don't want to necessarily read out your name either. We'll skip them.
We'll skip. Alright, so...
It's fine. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah. I'm skipping this one, too. Hang on, let's see here. Oh, I like this one. So this one comes from Rube, now with a 3-turn farming setup. Thanks, money. Yay. Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. Here's a question. What servant that is currently in FGO would you like to see featured as a supporting character in a future event or a Lost Belt? Example, having one of the Knights of the Round Table being supporting pairing in Lost Belt 6. As always, good luck in your future roles. Lucky will definitely like some more Tamamo love in events. Like I said, we have evil Tamamo showing up a lot. I would like to counterbalance this with some good Tamamo. I would like to see some good old Tamamo cat fights.
I'm not sure I should answer this question because I know who's going to be in future supporting characters, which just kind of ruins the illusion. And I think in general they're doing the thing. I mean, I think the thing I'd go for, because I don't think they went that direction with the. Well, that's the thing. I shouldn't even say that. Yeah, actually, that's right. I probably should not comment on this question because I know future stuff. So people I do know that they maybe missed that I wanted to see could be considered spoilers.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about something. Wait, I can't say that. If I mention that a character isn't in something or is in something, that's gonna ruin it. So yeah, no, I don't. In good conscience, I don't think I should answer this question. There are a couple, and I hope I see them, but we also may have missed some opportunity with some stuff too. So, in general, I like the thing that they do. Generally, it seems with Lost Belt stuff is they like to include a lot of Part 1 characters again, that maybe didn't get good looks. So that's a good thing they do, and it's cool. Okay, all
right. So. Thank you, Rube, now with a 3-turn farming setup. Thanks, Bunyan, for your question. This next one comes from the guy who mindlessly grinds. Thanks, guys, for the usual content that keep my week complete. Really hope the Fate RPG comes back. Take care, guys, and have a good one. You too, my dude. Although, I give side-eye at Fate RPG. People, please watch other things besides Fate RPG. Lucky's crying over here. He's dying.
Watch all of our other AP content if you missed the Fate AP. Maybe you'll have watched it all by the time we get to the year 2025 and I'm ready to run a campaign.
Next one comes from... I can't think of one. It's fair, my dude. Okay, Lucky Mega, I'm getting straight to the point. How would you think the Banquets of Kings and Fate Zero would work in FGO if everything doesn't blow up in 5 minutes? I mean, it'd probably be alright. There'd probably be a lot already.
Just like literally all the kings? We do got a lot of kings.
We do got a lot of kings.
I think it'd be fine, though.
I think it'd be fine.
There'd be a lot more booze.
A lot more booze. Like, honestly, you gotta remember, all these fucking characters already exist in the same area in space, so they have to figure out some way to get along, and I'm pretty sure they would totally have some sort of king club, where they're like, let's just go being kings together and laugh at how awesome we are, and endlessly brag. Watch out, like I said, Ozzy and Gil would probably be the loudest, followed by Iskander. Artoria would just be eating nothing but food. Because here's the thing, like, in FGO, they would not have the baggage of being on the opposite side.
True.
They would not be enemies, so, no, it'd be fine. It'd be completely fine. It'd be good.
Hold on, I want to check out how many characters have the king trait. Because king is a trait! Yeah.
It is a trait.
That would be K. It's not there.
Oh no, if it's all the that means all the Artoria is there, and it'd be fucking Ayako Kasumi talking to herself constantly again?
So that's 8 across.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please go watch the Guda Guda drama CDs. They are hilarious.
What's 8 times 7?
46.
Okay, and then...
Wait, no. 8 times 7, 56. Excuse me.
56. Plus 6 would be 62. So there's 62 king trait servants, though some of those are doubles because of stuff. Anyway, it's a lot. It's big. It's very big.
Very big. A lot of kings. So...
Actually, I just even realized, I didn't even catch that.
What?
Nito has Both Nitos have the king trait, because she's a pharaoh.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny, considering the team up.
So, next one comes from Captain of Tyrannical Shooting Star Pit Crew, who asks, hey, race announcers and soon-to-be prison breakers, like an Omega. If DEW did another race-like event, pairs of servants working together for a reason, what servant would you like to see? Here's a team pitch as an example. Drake and Summer Meb as Team Booty Hunters.
Yeah, I chuckle.
That's good. That's pretty good.
That's a solid one.
I'm
thinking.
Like I said, we can't spend too much time on this.
No, we're running out of time. It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I would pitch it to the audience, too. Do you have any fun ideas? Yeah, I don't know. Doubles are weird. We should put Achilles and Atalante on a team.
That'd be pretty good. Yeah,
they both go pretty fast. They're cool.
Let's go with Shakes and Hans as well.
On a race team. They just don't leave. They're always in the back. We're recording it, you fools. I want to put Altera on a team with somebody, but who would she hang out with? Who would Altera team up with? Bryn! Perfect. Boom. Sold. The Valkyries are just fucking following them.
Fuck it. Let's do Kira and Kama.
Hell. Let's see.
Oh my god, no, that'd be hilarious. Just Bryn and Sigurd, and they just have one horse.
On a romantic horse ride. It's constantly sunset.
It's constantly sunset. Achilles and Penth on one team. They don't have a real vehicle. Achilles just running away from Penth the entire time. Yeah, that'd be great. As a lot of these, like, let's see here. It's kind of interesting. We make a lot of appearances based on their existing character relationships, but that's not exactly how the summer race has been working on. They're kind of random. Like, so, if there wasn't a theme to them,
I mean, they're already kind of a team up, but it would be interesting to see Space Ishtar as Space Ishtar and Calamity Jane as racers, because they kind of team up in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, we need to get... I don't know who we'd be paired with, but we need to get Billy in on this. I'd love to see good old Billy the Kid in a good old-fashioned American race.
Actually, you know what I think I like? I like to see Tamamo and Medusa together.
This is going to end up with Tamamo pinned under a rock again, isn't it?
Probably.
Okay. That's a good question.
That's a good question. Everyone think about it. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Lucky checks the time. We got 3 minutes.
Lightning round.
Actually, we don't got that much to go.
Yeah, we're pretty close because we threw a couple out immediately.
This one comes from Shion, who's in hibernation until the Ooku event drops, so you can blow everything for Kama, which is now. Hope your little rolls are doing good. Simple question this week, guys. What are some of the servants you guys are excited for in the future? Keep up the great work. Lucky will list them as follows. He is ready for Summer BB. He is ready for Bennett Enma. Miyu, King Protea, Kama, Murasaki Shikabu. Done.
Consort you. But also, I'm excited about Lady Murasaki as well, because that's great. And Estrella will be cool in the future. That's a good one. She's permanent, I think. Pretty sure. Shoot, there was somebody else, but I was composing my list while Lucky read out his, so I forgot it. What was it? Bold of you to assume I remember all this stuff, but let's see. We'll skip Summers. That's right around the corner. That's not even the future. It was Consort U. It was Estrella. I think I was thinking about Murasaki, and then you said Murasaki, and that's what derailed me. Was it? It wasn't Christmas.
I mean, I know you're excited for Space Ishtar.
Yes, Space Ishtar's big up there. That should probably be a given. I'm about that about all RINs. It's not a big deal.
Right.
I know them. They're coming. Oh, no, I remember now. I do remember. Odysseus. Yes, that's right.
Odysseus.
That was a big one.
Alright. So, Shion, who's in hibernation until Ooku event drops, so blow everything for comment. Thank you very much. Next one comes from Happy Country Boy. My question is, what servants haven't appeared or mentioned in Fate would you like added to the roster? I don't know if you mean mention... Yeah. I don't know if you mean by FGO or not, whatnot, but there was, Lucky is eternally upset that Fenrir was a servant, and we haven't got that. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know if you mean, like, ever in all Fates or, like, specific things, so we're gonna have to go...
I have a very large homebrew document.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
So this next one comes from a guy being an actual puddle on the floor because it's so hot out. Jesus Christmas. Question, is there an author or fictional character you would like to see become a servant or who wants them to interact with one of their characters or their author? For example, Little Mermaid so she can interact with Hans, or Hamlet with Shakespeare. Not personal my picks in my question, just quick examples. Not going to count Dumas as Dantes because they're servants already. Thanks for making such great shows every week. Brothers Grimm.
Grimm Brothers would be cool, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people told that story. I think because of the chaoticness, Red Riding Hood would be an interesting servant. They could do some stuff with that. And I don't. Yeah. Murmur.
Alias.
Actually, wait, before
so-
you finish that up, was the Ice Queen Hans Christian Andersen?
I think.
That
Or
would
it might
be
have been
funny because of
I thought-
modernization
or-
like Frozen, which is completely unlike the Ice Queen BT dubs. It
Or were
is-
they was that Brothers Grimm? Hang on, I got to double check.
I think it was Hans. Because it
let's see
was
here.
the original was soul crushing.
Yeah.
Which that's by the way a big deal. Like, not only is this just the normal level of Disneyfication, but like Frozen completely changes the context. It is the original Ice Queen is way more soul crushing and awful.
Let's see here. Big
Lovecraft
ones by.
but that would also require us to have more actual Lovecraft characters in it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Brothers Grimm did Cinderella, Frog Prince, Goose Girl, Hans and Gretel, Rapunzel, Beauty and the Beast, Little Red Riding Hood, Wolf and the Seven Young Goats, The Three Little Pig, Rumpelstiltskin, Sleeping Beauty, and Snow White. They probably have another one too. Yeah. But the timer went off. So
I was about to say you could just Control F and not read it, but it's done already. Okay.
Yeah, it was already done.
Sorry if we skipped your question, unless it was one of the questions we deliberately skipped, in which case, no, we're not sorry. Just try writing a shorter essay next time. Yeah. I think there's only maybe assuming I've been counting along with you, like I said, we're looking at different orderings of the things for some reason. That happens sometimes.
There's only 4 left.
Yeah, like I think most of the ones we missed are short, so we're sorry. Maybe try again next week. If we looked at your question and went, no, we're not doing that. We're not sorry. Again, this is not. I'm not your college professor. I don't need you to have a minimum words. You don't need like 500 words to get submitted. I actually want less than that, please. Don't do that. If only because Lucky has to read your question on air. Maybe the double unlimited mailbag was too much for them. They got it in their heads that they could just say whatever they want because there was no time limit. Well, you were wrong. Okay. So now we're technically going to move into free talk, but I think we'll take a quick intermission because we have been sitting here for an hour and a half. So we will pause this down for a second, get up, walk around, and then come back for stuff and things.
Stuff.
Okay, and we're back. Now it is free talk time, the time of the free talk. So first of all, we should mention in rerun thoughts, because we alluded to it earlier, we did mention this last week, that people had pointed out that we are probably the last server, unless they launch a new one, which they probably won't, because Europe is really not going to go for this right now. We're the last server ever to do this rerun, and that across no servers did Desert Beauty ever win a race. So we mentioned that last week, and I kind of was like, I don't know, maybe they'll pull it off, maybe they won't, but I'm assuming they haven't because nobody's wanted their mats, which is really what drives this thing. But it did happen, actually. I think it was in the 3rd round.
Yeah, they had feathers, actually.
Yeah, they had a good mat selection, and I think also the fact that it was kind of being put in the wider community eye. Like, I saw a decent amount of tweeting about it and stuff. They did actually pull it out and win around.
Yeah, super exciting. Super exciting. Let's see here. Were there any other particular Summer 2 thoughts I've been... Oh shit, they actually got caster fucking days. Fuck, I'm gonna go to town and fucking write with Mordred on this shit. Fuck.
Go for it.
Well, I said, Lucky wants to get fucking caster gems. Because he needs them.
Gems!
For many things. Many things.
I think those are sadly one of the few types that are not in the upcoming store. Yeah, no.
But as I said, the event has been going pretty smoothly. No real known hiccups right now. If you're on my friends list and you notice that my CEs don't change, no, they're not going to change.
Same. It's too much of a pain in the ass. It's
too
fine.
much of a pain
You'll
in the
be
ass.
fine. You can
You'll be
work
fine.
around it. You're already getting 50 bazillion drops. It's fine. Seriously, I talked about this earlier. The drop rate for this event is crazy good.
Let's see, where'd you go, Surf Mo? There you are. Yeah! Excuse me. I said, we're in part 2 right now. Looks like the race will probably be, the first part will be over pretty fucking soon here.
Yeah, I did not do much farming in the first section.
No. Like I said, like after I streamed yesterday, I was all like, I'm kind of dead right now. I'm gonna go lay down.
Yeah, and you also couldn't see during your stream or something.
No, my eyes were burning. So
yeah, I have that problem sometimes.
Yeah.
And I can't Like, some people are just like, ooh, use some Visine. For me, anyway, I can't do eye drops. I just can't. I don't have my reflexes are too laser sharp. I can't do it. I always just get them on my lid. So, I usually just splash cold water in my eyes.
I do that too, but Lucky's also one of those type of people who can actually touch his eyeball, so...
I mean, I can touch my own eyeball. You actually, if I think I got something in there, I can do the thing where you gently pinch your eyelashes and like stretch your lid over there, really rub it down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just if you have a problem ever, the Omega family solution, and by which I mean just Omega solution, just put water on it. Water works for everything. Need to clean something? Hot water. Pains? Cold water. Headache? Ice. Water fixes everything. But yeah, I think we've whatevered about Summer 2.
Yeah, I don't think I really got anything like special about it to say. Lucky has been working on the event store, the first part of the event store, and he just needs the gold drops left in there. He's even been buying the fucking golden reeds. I'm just like, I don't even know why. I'm gonna clear it out. I'm gonna clear it out.
Oh, actually, maybe I shouldn't put this in Chivas, but I did. Well, I suppose it was a store one, so it didn't matter. But I did actually, because I didn't have Seaside Luxury MLB, because I never got a drop out of that. Thanks, game. By the way, I've gotten a drop of Dive to Blue already.
Wow.
Even though that was already max limit broken. There's something wrong here. But I was able to MLB Poolside Luxury because I bought one out of the store. Because the animals. Luckily, we won't have that problem in Summer 3. This is where we do the, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire fucking transition. Put all the spotlights on me. The virtual spotlights. Let me get on my virtual podium. Since we're done talking about Summer 2, let's talk about Summer 3. Take a page for the whole scene, but you only need edge. I could have held that edge a lot longer, but I had to internally think to myself, Omega, how long do you want to hold this? And I'm like, I don't really want to go the whole length. That's just wasting time. Somebody hit me up later to do the edge gag, and I'll do it for a lot longer. But I'm going to take a refreshing drink of my Skittle water. Okay, let's talk about Summer Festival, aka Summer 3. By the way, I did this before I had lunch, and I was a little hungry and tired to the end, so I'm going to tell you, I think my notes are a little punchy at points. I'm not sure why, but they ended up that way. So, Summer 3, aka Summer Servant Festival 2020, I guess. Time, space, what is it? That's a question you're going to be asking yourself a lot during this event. So, here's the thing. Before we do anything, we need to note a couple of the mechanics. This event is very starkly different from the first two summers. There's no separate part 2. This is all one big story part that lasts 3 weeks. There is a little bit of epilogue stuff that's kind of like, I've been describing it as like CCC. You know how, like, after you did all that stuff, there was like, BB was like, oh no, Master, you must fight 4 bosses to get your extra BB copies. It's like that. It'll probably actually be like that because BB's in this fucking event again. So, there are going to be 3 whole banners. We'll break all that down later. So, the important mechanic here is that Summer 3 has a time phase system. Basically, I believe this works is that daytime is your main phase or your story phase. And then nighttime, I believe, is the free phase. But if not, whatever. You'll know it by it being called, like, main phase or story phase and free phase. You complete they're marked pink, by the way, the main quests during the main phase to advance the story. You do free quests during the free period to collect the various doujin points. That's right, you will do doujin points. There's several, we'll talk about that later. If you don't have enough doujin points, enough DP, to unlock the next story bit, the story phase will be skipped. So the game will know you don't have enough to do the next bit, it'll skip straight to free quests. I believe you transition out of the free period by earning enough points. But fret not, there's basically 7 days of this system, and then you will reset back to day 1 purposefully. You do not lose your progress and can keep working. You can reset indefinitely, so there's no in-game time limit. There is a real-life time limit, but yeah, you can actually move through the phases as much as you want. If you get to the 7th day and don't know what to do, there should be a quest at the event venue to reset to day 1. Dialogue you've seen in previous days will be noted, so you know it's safe to skip some stuff. There'll be a special skip button. I'm not going to spoil it, but there will be a special button to let you know you can skip this dialogue that you've already seen, because you're going back and forth. So, this is actually a points ladder event. You got 3 points. Doujin Vitality, Doujin Curiosity, and Doujin Imagination. Maybe. We don't actually know how this is translated. For short, Vitality looks like ink, Curiosity looks like pages, Imagination is, I think, an artist's hat or something. No word on if you get a cigarette. So, inks, pages, hats, which are also points, which turn into doujins. It's a little weird. So you will need certain thresholds of points to produce the various doujins in the form of CEs. Each doujin you produce gives you a further 10% bonus on points gathered. And different doujins have different point ratios. This is, I assume, why a lot of people picked similar doujins to produce. I don't know if they're in sequence. I think you get to pick them. But they have different ratios of who builds what, basically. So, like, for instance, let me actually pull up that again in my history. Hold on, I gotta actually go to the main page. I got a couple different tabs for research stuff open. Surfing Summer Festival. So at the lowest, like, you need to have so many points by the time you reach day 7. That's when you actually produce your thing. And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 doujins you can produce. Excuse me. So one of the simplest ones is like it just takes 10k points in each ladder. Others will be like 75k. You know, some will be like 400k in one and then 100 in another. Stuff like that. They're spread out a little bit. So, you just work on them and you develop them. It's cool. You will also need certain total numbers of points to advance the story, usually combined with it being a certain day and a certain number of resets of the time. So, yeah, keep that in mind. You're working on points. So, Lucky, are you ready for this?
I'm
the
not
story
ready,
contains 38 nodes.
Oh, jeez.
Though plenty of those are story only. Completing all of these will give you your permanent Jolter Summer. You get your temporary after the first quest. That's cool, but permanent there. You'll get 1 copy of a 3-star CE. It's the, like Shiba, I think it's Scheherazade and the others in there. That one. Party Night, whatever. You will get 4 silver apples, 5 golden apples, 14 Saint Quartzes, 2 Holy Grails. The second is in the epilogue, but 2 Holy Grails. And the 12th Doujin CE. Since this only requires Fuyuki, this is not super tough. Bosses will cap out at around 200 to 300k HP. The big ones will have break bars, duh. There's also a lot of fights where you only have to break 1 to 2 bars. Like, a character will have 3 bars, you need to break 2, or only break 1, whatever. For story stuff, anyway. This is the usual story intimidation tactic of like, ooh, look how much HP he has. Oh, no, you only had to break 1. Okay, so I'm going to be real with you. It's a little hard to describe what you're actually fighting. There's a lot of servients of various sorts. Some of them are outright associated with the event. They're summers, or they're, you know, some of the other people who are in this event. Some just come out of nowhere. And I don't understand why they're there yet. It's a story thing. So we're not going to bother with that. Just keep an eyeball out for servants, okay? The big thing you want to remember is that there are lots of Berserker and Saber mobs. The Berserker mobs are usually the new mob, Vorpal chickens. I hope to God that's what they call them in English. They're giant Hawaiian chickens. They'll fuck your shit up. They're berserkers. They also drop feathers. There will also be a giant ghost. Shocker. No spoilers as to why, but you will fight MHXX a lot. Like, a lot. I think she's the single most common enemy you will fight in the story. And that's why I'm like, no spoilers as to why, you'll see, but also you're going to do it a fuck ton, so there's no reason to hide it from you. You're going to do it a lot. This is where you remember, foreigners are weak to foreigners and alter egos. Foreigners and alter egos. Let's keep that in mind, so prep for that. And the true final boss is a mysterious moon cancer. Who could it be? But I said that to remind you that moon cancer is weak to ruler. That is, weak to rulers. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of extra class shenanigans in this event, so remember your class triangles, kids. And, make sure your summer mirth is up to snuff. Story support will mostly be the crew in the event banners, featuring Ushi, Robin, Ibaraki, and John, most of all. Actually wrote that as favoring, sorry. With some other cameos from servants tied into the event in one way or the other. I don't want to spoil all the people you'll meet, because there's some fun characters who get some time to shine, but it's mostly those 4. You're going to see a lot of Ushi, and this is all summers, by the way. Though the first couple are actually before they change into swimsuits, so you actually have like a couple of quests with just vanilla Rider Ushi, which is really funny. So there's a variety of free quests. I said it that way because I was immediately cludging in the follow-up statement, which is they are all monoclass, or they may possibly spawn a chicken for feather drops. This means literally every node I think can maybe drop you a feather. There's no real variety here. Do the 40 APs for the best farming. And you, as usual, once you progress to a certain point in the story, you unlock super special nodes, which don't have any different levels. They're just 40 AP. They give you the best drops. After you clear the main story, you will unlock the epilogue, which has 4 raid quests. These are AP HP raids, so they're personal, not global. This is important to remember. Some people have been talking about that. You will have to do all these damages. Just you. It's like Prisma in that regard. That can be a little bit rough, but I'm gonna tell you, you want to get your extra Jean NPs, or Jolter technically, you're gonna need to clear the raids. There's 4 raids, there's 4 extra NPs. There it is. This has the usual raid rules. All of them have a 15-turn time limit. No Saint Court's Command Seal revives. If you job out, you just keep the damage points from that. Thankfully, each raid attempt only costs 10 AP.
Okay.
I will now detail to you the raids. First, you must face Moon Cancer Kiara. Available in 200k, 300k, and 400k. Hey, so here's the real fucker, Lucky. Kiara still has her Nega Saver passive, so she still has class advantage against rulers.
Oof.
Now, I believe she still takes the extra damage from rulers, but she doesn't deal half damage, so... and also, she takes half damage during the daytime. Because she's Kiara of the Night. Yeah, so you gotta wait till the night phase comes to do full damage to her. It's a real fucker. I don't know why. This is the first raid.
That sounds wild, though. It sounds fun in a weird sense,
it's really interesting, yeah. So, she also has a bad habit of placing a taunt on one of your party members. She'll damage focus. And at her higher levels, she'll just fully charge her NP turn 1, so have fun with that. Remember that Kiara's NP ignores defense and has invincibility pierce. Have fun, kids.
Oh, God.
It's like they were like, some people cheesed the Kiara raid in the CCC event. What if we did it again, but weirder?
Oh, no.
Luckily, she only has 1.3 million total HP, which is the lowest. So you only have to defeat 1.3 million of her HP to clear it. The second is, I'm just going to list the name. It's Demon God Coconut Milk.
That was loud.
That was very loud. Demon God Coconut Milk, who is also a Moon Cancer. There's a lot of Moon Cancer stuff going on here. It is available in 300k and 500k. Its deal is it has a chance to poison everybody in the front row, and its NP will inflict you with a status that doubles poison damage. So, it likes to poison you. Watch out.
Oh, no.
I don't think any bonus servants have any debuff cleanse, but, Well, okay, some of them have stuff, like Martha's got debuff immunity and stuff. So that's good, but keep that in mind. I guess you'll probably bring Vanilla Jean anyway. And by the way, I'm mentioning bonus servants because I didn't write this in my notes, but I did observe it. All these raids drop hella doujin points, so yeah. They have a lot of big blobs of doujin points they can drop. It's a good way to get your points ladder up, so keep an eye on that. You'll want a little bit of bonus action in there.
Giggity.
So the third one's a little weird. You're gonna fight Bibi Pele, aka Summer Bibi, who has her extra attack as her NP, doesn't do her real NP. But she can inflict burn on your servant, and she has a buff she can do where she makes herself immune to buster damage for 5 turns. Like, 100% buster resist for 5 turns. And then there's a caster who is Vessel of Poliahu, which is Stacy. It's Anastasia. She gives herself a status effect to charge her NP gauge more rapidly and can give herself sure hit, and as a thing, she reduces your front line team's Buster Arts quick effectiveness. This raid is a total of 1.6 million HP, also. And then the final raid is BBB, which is Summer BB but a foreigner. Available in 300, 400, 500, and 600k. So for the back 2 stages, she auto-charges her NP turn 1, and she will always do an effect which reduces your front line's defense, 1.8 million HP. And remember, foreigners, other foreigners and alter egos, so let Melt go crazy. Let her get in there. So yeah, those are the raids. I think those are the big back-end challenge. You got a lot of work to get through there. There's a decent amount of grinding, but, that's something you should be aware of, is the raid difficulties.
Sounds wild.
Yeah, you can definitely blow up let your front line blow up, kids. Some people are talking about strategy. And hopefully, if you can't find them, you'll see some people on support setups, because there are some servants in these classes which are bonus units. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of extra class fuckery in this. You're gonna have to fight a lot of foreigner bosses. Again, let Melt go crazy. Or, Mecha Liz, if you don't have a Melt, if you don't have that, they gave you a free one. You can bring Mecha Liz to Hawaii. There is a challenge quest for Allure. It's, very sadly, it's just all the Summer 2 servants in a boss rush who transform into their Summer forms when you break their bar. So they're like, it's like, normal Nero, and then you break your first bar. Boom, Caster Nero, fuck you! So, yeah, it's just a boss rush, which also swaps the classes. Great, thanks guys, I love it. Luckily, it's only for a single lore. So, you tell me, you want to get all those doujins and those raids already. How do you do that? Well, first of all, the big thing to note is there are bonus servants! Bonus units only increase your point percentage. They do not do bonus damage, which they don't need to. The HP levels aren't super high, like I said. Except for raids, but that's the whole point. Have there ever... Yes, no, with a couple of the first big raids where you had hundreds of millions or billions of HP, you could get damage bonuses, but not usually for smaller stuff. So, let me break this down for you. Summer 1 and Summer 2 servants, all of them, get 10% bonus. So, you, assuming you've got some welfares and hopefully you've gotten something on some banners, you should have a decent spread. And I mean Summer 1 and 2 is in the banner servants, the swimsuits, not necessarily the other guys. Summer Maeve, Robin Hood, Summer Ibaraki, Caskill, Summer Ushi, and Dantes, and MHXX, and MASH give plus 20%. That's right, you can stick MASH in the back for 20% doujin point action. And the big one, Summer Jean, Summer Jalter, and Summer BB give you 30% bonus. So, you will get, also remember, you get a temporary Summer Jalter right away, so go ahead and also throw her in the back for extra points. Now, there are 3 store CEs which increase the specific point drop, ink, hat, page, by 30%, 60% max limit broken. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. No, you don't need a drop, but, it's definitely a thing. But first of all, let's talk about the store. So, there's 3 kinds of currency, which I have titled Gilbucks, She-Bucks, and BB-Bucks. That's actually kind of their names. They're literally dollars that have different faces. Gil, Shiba, and BB. They are increased by the corresponding banner CEs. Duh. Okay, so, the big list. I know, you're all waiting for it. Let me tell you what's in the store. You will find Saber, Archer, Lancer, Assassin, Berserker gems of all 3 kinds, which is great. You will also find bones, seeds, grease, lanugo, soaps, that's Aurora Steel, we're calling them soaps now, permafrost, seashells, horns, scarabs, 3 copies of each CE, EXPs, foes, and a single Jaltor Ascension material. Now, where's the rest of the stuff, you ask me, audience, and also possibly Lucky?
Maybe.
Don't forget, triple point ladder. That's right, it's a point ladder event. You get rewards on the points. So there's 3 points ladders, 1 for each type of doujin points. These contain all the rest of Jean's Ascension mats, all the extra CE copies. You will need to get to 800k points to get your last copy of each CE, unless you get a drop, so, pray, I guess. This also contains QP, MP, some apples, gold foes, 3 summon tickets. Going a little light on the summon tickets, guys. Brother out. You will also find materials such as stingers, medals, rings, horseshoes, magatama, gears, wine, roots, scales, and also some command code USB dongles. That's right, card unlockers and removers are USB dongles now. Also, if you reach the 1 million points to cap them, and it is 1 million per, you will achieve a lore for each. So there's 3 lores throughout here. That's why I'm like, forget that CQ. Now, there are also some bonus quests. These will appear at certain locations at certain thresholds, like the story quests, but they're not story-related. You will complete these to obtain the new Mystic Code, the male costumes, and the new command codes, along with more card unlockers and shit. So, these are actually pretty important. Keep an eye out for when they pop up, because that's, like I said, this is, there's no, well, I believe you still pay the cost to unlock the costumes, but there's no, like, rolling or buying in the store to get the costume unlockers. You do the quests, you do the quest for the MC, etc. So the new Tropical Summer Mystic Code offers you a targetable Arts NP up, Star Absorb on Arts up, and a buff removal resist and a 10% battery. At level 10, that is 100% buff removal resist on that battery.
Oof.
So it's a pretty fun one, especially if you like art stuff. Lucky, I'm sure, will love this. Also, if you're playing the female MC, you get to be tanned. So you can also get the 3 new command codes this way. So I'll list them off. I didn't put them in my notes, but some people asked. So you can, the 5-star is called First Servant. It has MASH on it. It's adorable. The engraved card gets damage cut, 300 damage, 1 turn, 1 time. So every time you use the card, you get 300 damage cut for 1. The 4-star is Armament of Victory. It features Excalibur. It means the engraved card gets plus 100% Star Gather. So double Star Absorb on that 1 card. And the 3-star one is Emblem of Humanity. The engraved card has plus 30% Star Drop. So these are all pretty cool, but remember, you only get like 1 of these ever, so be careful, I guess. Or buy a lot of removers. So, that's all the cool shit you can get there. Let's cap this all off. Let's talk about some banners. Oof. By which I mean 3.
Oof.
So, banner the first is Summer Jean, Summer Ushi, and Ibaraki with all the girly CEs. The second banner pops at the same time. It is Dantes, Caskill, and Robin with all the dude CEs. The third banner will kick in about a week later. This is Summer BB, Summer Maeve, and MHXX, which features both sets of CEs. Which I think is actually really nice of them, because you get to, if you're not rolling on the first 2 banners, you can kind of catch up on your CE game. Mm. So, yeah, that's what you're dealing with. In general, the thing is, you're going to spend a lot of AP. If you have apples, use them. I know some people aren't going to go ham. You do have 3 weeks. I mentioned this at the pro tip section, so you don't need to go apeshit, but I think I calculated, like, you can probably, if you're getting pretty decent, if you have a pretty decent, like, bonus setup and you buy the store CEs and stuff, you can probably get, like, plus 100%, plus 200% points easy. The biggest glob you can get in a drop is, like, 1k. That does mean you need to do 333 runs to get 1 million points. So, hopefully you get more than one 1k drop per run. But, yeah, you're going to be spending some fucking apples, okay? It's 40 AP a quest. That said, because there's some of these interesting mechanics, some of the, like, time phases and stuff, and you're working towards rewards, whether that's your point ladder stuff or you're building doujins, this sounds like it's going to be really interesting, so I'm very curious to see how it plays, or if it's just a pain in the ass like Valentine's. Probably not, because it's only 1 million points? I don't know. The only thing that's a little bit dodgy is that to get your 5th copy of all the CEs, you have to climb up to 800,000 points in the respective point type, which is a little shim-shammy, but you can get most of the way there on your own. So yeah, there's some fun stuff. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. Super excited. And like I said, this is like bare minimum discussing the actual story. This should actually be pretty entertaining and provide a lot of explanation to a lot of memes you may have seen. So yeah, that's Summer 3, or will be.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy that pregame.
Let's hope we get announcements. Yeah. We get it soon.
Well, we probably should, unless they're going to do a dead week, which I don't think they are. We'll probably get it sometime next week. They will announce when it is. Like, they might give us a day or two off, but the rerun ends the 1st, so we'll see. I'm interested. I'm ready. I've got 340 quartz. That'll never be enough quartz, but I'll try. Yeah, and I'll fail horribly because Summer hates me. It so hates me. And there's only going to be like 3 fucking tickets. At least we'll get new monthly tickets that I can't afford. Shit, I should. I could get mana prisms in the shop, in the event shop, can't I?
Yes, there's 500.
I need some mana prisms. I need those 500 mana prisms. I spent a lot of mana prisms, kids.
You did.
I bought Be Elegant, and they keep giving bonus Da Vinci shop stuff that I buy up like a fool. No, but I need those acts. I need those because I'm trying to. Like I said earlier, my Robin is level 69. He needs to be level 70 for this shit because I don't think I have any event archers otherwise. Because there's like 2, 3 summer archers. I have none of them unless I get Jean, who would also then need her own EXPs. It's a whole thing, guys. Like, this is something I think I've mentioned, but Summer really does hate me. Like, if you look at my spread for units, it's awful. I literally have nobody on the second banner for Summer 2, and probably never will. Because I don't think they aren't, like, sprinkled in ever. Yet, anyway, I don't know. They could find an excuse to bring some Raikos back. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, so my, I'm kind of glad they do a few, though admittedly one of them is Dantes, who's limited. But if you have a decent Dantes, he's great to put in your setup, because he's plus 20%. And hey, Mash is a bonus servant, so you can put her in, too. But yeah, that's the pregame, that's everything I got. Hopefully we get that news soon on that.
Yep. Speaking of news, we're winding up to the JP anniversary slowly but surely. I said Ooku Labyrinth is running toward till August 5th. So we still got a couple weeks on that. So don't expect any news next week, but maybe the week after. We will see.
We will see.
Let's see here. That weekend will be August 7th. We might go into. Yeah, we actually might go into anniversary straight on that weekend.
Wow. Yeah, I would expect so. What's the actual? Yeah. I think they've said that their actual event, like, stream date is the 10th, if I remember correctly. But who knows what they could get started with.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that'd be the Monday after. Or the Sunday, excuse me. You gotta remember, JP is one day ahead of us, technically.
Yes. That does leave a little bit of gap time, because, as Lucky mentioned, Ooku will end on the 5th. Their time, obviously. Yes. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully there'll be at least some announcement. I just realized there hasn't been any new servants in JP since the Requiem collab, which was like nearly 2 months ago, I think. It's a big gap. They've been doing a lot of reruns and stuff. Not that some of these things haven't been needed, and they've been doing a lot of rank ups and stuff, a lot of returns, but still, it's kind of we're getting a little bit of dearth of the new content. Anniversary will hopefully fix that.
But other than that, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's the show. We're just over the 2-hour mark, raw anyway. There'll be some editing.
Solid.
There were some long pauses in there during Mailbag when we were like, But we didn't externally. We kept it inside. We just stared into the middle distance. But yeah, so next week will be... It'll technically be still that'll be the 31st, so I'll cover Teach Me then. I figured I would go ahead and get the summer out of the way because it could be very rapid, and I didn't want to be scrabbling to do notes because next week I need to record some Wanteds. Which, by the way, I should mention that since people do seem to be excited about Wanted and using it as a catalyst. So I'm going to change it what I do because we've talked about this year we've started doing limited 4-stars and stuff. Because there's not a lot of lore and history to Summer Servants because they're kind of a lot of jokey stuff. I'll just be doing one big video that covers the 5 and the 4 stars in one, and I'll just do some different graphical packages, and we'll go through the whole thing. If there's any interesting, weird lore notes to note, I will, but otherwise we'll just move on and talk about the mechanics and stuff, so you can get all that in a one-stop shop, which will be easier than making 3 tiny videos nobody will ever watch. I'll make one big video that no one will watch. Actually, I don't know about that. Summer could be goo, but I feel like I should probably compare, but I feel like Summers haven't done really goo. Show all results for Wanted. Sort by views. Obviously, Scott Scotty, over 5k views, is the top one.
Jesus!
No, it's a big deal. She big. With Ooku to Alter, though, in number 2 slot, still at 3k. Still pretty interesting about that. Abigail's all the way down to number 3. But, let me see. Dantes is pretty popular. Hopefully we'll get some reviews of that. That's right, we have a Wanted Dantes already. That exists. You should watch it again. That's regular Ishtar. That's Arthur. That's us. Bryn. So Nero Summer is solidly in the middle at about 1,200. That seems to be the highest rated Summer. Scrolling. Okay, scrolling down. Okay, hold on. Gotta do another page. Also, shame on you guys. Lucky did Wanted Tombo. That's only got 800 views. You animals.
I'm pretty sure I can do a better Wanted now.
Maybe. Hey, Lucky, it's almost due summer season. How's your script coming?
Remember that time I was talking about when I was writing something, then I came back and I had no idea what the fuck I was writing about?
That was that? Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that was the script. I was like, fuck, what was I writing about here?
Made alters all the way down at just under 800 views. I'm actually really shocked. I definitely need to remember when there's other banners that come up to recirculate some of these, because I wonder if some of these would actually get hit up again. And the Summer Tomo and the Summer Artoriard are 600-ish. Yeah, so Summers don't do super great. Maybe that'll be different because we have a little bit of a larger audience. I don't know. Also, again, shame on you guys. Shuchen is only 350. I know that was early, but still, what the fuck is wrong with you people? It's so low. She and Da Vinci are unfortunately the super lowest, and I am ashamed of you. What is wrong with you people? Animals. All right. Well, we've shamed the audience enough, Lucky. Is somebody even watching that old episode? Let's Talk 70? That broke 6k just now. It's at 6,002 views. Somebody do that? Somebody do that deliberately? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Lucky's still a little agita about the fact that we're getting videos with over 5k views and stuff. I'm just
well, only one, really. Though Twilight of the Gods and What Do We Get on the GSSR have both been pretty big. Those are over 4k now. Breaking some records. We're moving some stuff. That's good. Getting some new content. Getting some things.
Okay.
It's good to get new. Hopefully this one does okay, because it'll talk about stuff. It's goo. But also, actually, that's a good thing that, invention. Also, Axe, don't talk like that. That's rude. Devilish did bring up that the audio sounds so crisp. Actually, that's a thing we should note. So that's a Discord thing. We record on Discord. Yes. That's also how people listen to us live. And apparently there was some kind of ring around sometime to get a server boosted. So we are now level 2, which actually does increase the audio quality again. It was already bumped a little bit, but now it's even higher.
Yes. I forgot about that.
So yeah, that's something to mention. We also have more emoji slots. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
We have 50 more. It also gives everybody in our server the 50 megabyte upload limit, which is great. That's great. I love it. We also have a server banner, and your live streams can be even higher quality. Yes. Now, we need 15 more boosts to get bumped again. Then we get a vanity URL, we get even bigger uploads, we get even more emojis, and also the audio quality goes up too, or something. I don't know. But yeah, so it's cool. So we're not done.
Nope.
We need more boosts.
Boost!
But okay, I think that's the show. Lucky, you got any other thoughts? Anything else you want to say?
No, not particularly. We did mention the script. I am still working on that. As I said, Lucky Lucky's sleep schedule got ruined, so his creative flow has been wrecked. But
can't retweet that.
Top 10 FGO swimsuits is still on the docket.
That's okay. We're gonna have a very long period where it's relevant. Just hopefully finish it before, like, October or something. Then it'll be weird. Or it won't. I don't actually know with people.
Lucky is, like, aiming for late August, early September-ish.
That's still summer. But I'm just... I said to myself, nobody will be searching for a swimsuit video in October, but then I'm like, but then also nobody will searching for a swimsuit video, so I don't understand how this works, guys. I don't know. You watch the videos, you let us know.
No, Lucky is not counting all on future swimsuits. Lucky's only doing up to summer 3. I know some people are like, oh, the swimsuit, and Lucky's like, no.
Well, you need to save something for future videos.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, guys. We can't just make one video and then we go away. That doesn't work. We need to keep making videos.
Mm-hmm.
Which you need to keep watching. You can't just keep watching our old videos over and over again, but also do go in our backlog and watch all our other videos. Watch Wanted, and watch the APs, and watch What's Up. I think that's something we've really been talking about lately, that's something we need to, like, work on. AKA, you need to work on. That's right, you. I accuse it, you. In addition to liking, commenting, and subscribing, and hitting that bell, and all that stuff, you also need to watch more videos. That's right, yes, you. You need to. We'll phrase it like this. This is... Not just the audience needs to, you specifically, you right now. Yes, you. I'm talking to you, Bob. That'll get some people. And also you, Franklin. This is like the thing with emergencies, when they say, you don't say somebody call an ambulance because then nobody will. You gotta point to somebody and be like, you call an ambulance. I'm telling you, you gotta call the ambulance. And you gotta watch more of our videos. We won't shut up about it otherwise.
Yes, good old bystander syndrome.
That's what we're going for, is we want to break the bystander syndrome, and we want to be like, no, you should actually check out it. And honestly, I have a simple pitch. Are you okay listening to us for 2 hours? Which a decent chunk of people who are listening this, I mean, if you've already listened to us for 2 hours, so yes, the answer is yes. If you've gotten this far, you actually do that. Do you want more of us? Watch our other stuff. Watch Wanted if you're interested in servant stuff. Watch other stuff I've done if you're interested in other hobbies. If you want to just hear us chill out and do stuff, listen to the APs. It's pretty simple. We could do more visual stuff, but it's still fine. We're still on the internet stuff. We've been doing that. We were doing the social distancing for forever with APs. That's a joke. But check those out. Those are usually pretty long, and they sometimes involve people who aren't just me and Lucky. You can talk to our other friends we game with, and especially, check out What's Up. That's how we do Let's Talk FGO, and then sometimes we tangent about stuff that's not FGO related. What's Up is literally just 2 to 4 hours of us doing that tangent stuff instead. Like, that's all it is. The only reason why What's Up exists is so that we have a containment zone to put all of the other stuff we want to talk about. And this week we'll probably talk... Hey, Lucky, you done with Peace Talks yet?
No, I am not. Like I said, I'm going to tell you right now, Ghost of Tsushima got me fucking hooked.
Okay, that's good. Well, Amazon's got it back in stock, so I'm sure I'll pick it up next month or something. Though what I'll also talk about is I got some stuff on the PSN sale, so we'll talk about that. Lucky will probably talk more about Ghost of Tsushima. He will actually talk about Tales of Cristoria.
Yes.
Because I know you freaks want us to talk about even more gacha games. And other stuff. It's cool. Check out What's Up. And also, listen, guys, you're going to have a lot of farming in your future. Just going to let you know, because the points ladder, you're going to have to do that 3 times. Use backlog. Go back and listen to What's Up. It's great. There's many hours of it. Many hours.
We're coming up, I think, on What's Up 100 pretty... Not one... Is it 100?
Yes, it would be 100. And we're coming up on 150 of Let's Talk FGO. We've done a slightly bad thing. We've skipped some episodes and weeks on various things, so they're synced up, so they'll be the same week. At this rate, anyway. But, no, that's wrong. I need access to my list of the files, because I have everything in the backlog. But yes, this episode is, you know this already, but we don't know, because I haven't finished the file yet, but this will be Let's Talk FGO 148, and this week's What's Up will be 98. So yeah, we're only a couple weeks away from 150, which is a big number, and What's Up 100. We won't fully overlap, but I think that'll probably be a really good point. By the way, we're going to do these episodes live to public, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Especially because the 150 of Let's Talk FGO will probably be after all the big anniversary announcements, so that'll be a big show.
Okay, let's double dip and make it our anniversary as well.
We could. I was just about to look that up, actually. Look up what date the first episode of Let's Talk FGO was published. It'll be around then, though obviously calendars. So let's actually... And then sort by date all the way to the back. God, YouTube, you're killing me. Is there a fucking button to go all the way to the end? Would you kindly? Okay, video game book club. Oh, yeah, no, that'll be about it. Actually, technically, that would probably be... Well, it would be between those shows, because it'll be on the 4th was when that episode was published. So, yeah, that would be the show recorded on the 7th, so that would basically be our anniversary as well. 2 years. 150 shows, 2 years. Boom. So be sure to tune in. That'll also be... I don't know what... and I don't want to fight YouTube to go, because there's not a button to skip to the end. Or is there? Are you going to sass me? Are you just going to magically appear now that I'm on the last page? But 50-ish is about the time for a year anyway. It's 52 weeks, you know? So, the first... Whoa. Oh. Lucky, we're dumb.
What?
We've missed 2 years of What's Up. The first What's Up was published July 15th.
Oh. Well, fuck it. We'll just have a late anniversary. Why not?
Hey, nobody else noticed.
Yeah.
And honestly, especially because we've occasionally skipped weeks of What's Up, 100 episodes is a little bit of a bigger deal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay, it's cool. All right. Now that we have jawed you off for another whole 15 minutes about that, let's actually wrap up. As I crack my shoulders and back. Yeah, I'm gonna go play Doom because I bought it for $5.
Time to rip and tear.
So, hey. Actually, I should mention next week. I mentioned Teach Me Omega Sensei. It'll be on What Is the Wandering Sea? That one, in case it wasn't clear last week. So we're doing that. Okay, time for the outro. Which is that stuff I said earlier, which, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to give the show a like if you liked it. And also, if you didn't watch the show on YouTube, also give it a like anyway, just because, you know, stuff. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. We love your comments, and we have asked you, the audience, several direct questions. Those weren't general questions, those were you specifically. If you're listening, we asked you in person. Just gonna double down on that bystander syndrome thing. I just realized that, for some reason, extra remake was in the outline, probably because I typed it in all caps. Good job, me. Also, hey, you can join our Discord. That link is in the description of this video and on our channel page, and we got a lot of cool stuff on our Discord now, because it's been boosted and stuff, and that's also where you can listen to shows live in a couple of weeks, so keep that in mind. Yay.
Yay.
Also, if you're new here and haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you can always get our latest videos. And even if you're already subscribed, be sure to click that bell for notifications so you always know when we post a new video or me stream. If you sub and you click notifications and set them to all, you will know whenever we post a video, like a Wanted, or a News Desk, or a Let's Talk FGO, or a stream, whatever. You know it, we got it. And, of course, like it says at the front of the show, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early, and lots of other goodies. And it really helps us out. You can get this episode in audio format for as little as $1 a month. And you can also get lots and lots of other things at different levels. Vote in polls, listen to shows live, get shoutouts, whatever. And it's really cool, and it supports us a lot. Alright. Yeah, that's all the outro stuff, so stay tuned for What's Up later this week, and stay tuned next week for more Let's Talk FGO, where hopefully they will at least have announced summer, because if they don't announce something, I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about on that show. We'll just do Mailbag, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, with Mailbag, we don't have to take weeks off if we don't want to anymore, because we can just talk about what the audience wants. It's a self-perpetuating engine. So, yeah, unless they go something crazy and pre-announce something on JP, we'll probably have a long mailbag next week, so I guess get your questions.
Mm-hmm.
We'll drive up that engagement that way. Okay. That's everything, so we'll see you guys next week. Like we said, do actually make sure to talk about other stuff, watch What's Up, watch other things we do. Hey, if you're interested in that Extella stuff, we have a complete Let's Play of Extella that I did, but not Extella Link, because they were mean to me. That's not a lie. They were actually. I mean, it wasn't directly to me personally, but it was very mean. But we have a whole Let's Play of Extella on our channel you can watch. And most of it, I think, is with this microphone, so it's not awful. Okay, goodbye, everybody. We're going now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.